And we're back. Welcome to the show, friends. Today, we have a special guest, Juan Soto. He's a coach, a manager, a business owner, a friend. And as always, we got Tel Aviv Trey and Muslim Mo. Welcome to the show, Juan.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Dude, thanks for coming on, dude. I've been wanting you to come on for a minute, dude. Juan has his own podcast. It's called the Autumn Windbags. Check it out. It's a football podcast.
Yeah.
Is it like fantasy or
No, it's actually about the Raiders. Yeah, we just talk
it's all about the Raiders.
Yeah. It's a Raiders podcast. So there's like a
Area Orange County.
a fight song. It's almost like a poem type of thing. I guess you would call it like a hymn, like a battle hymn. You know,
Okay.
It's called the Autumn Wind, and we're the Autumn Windbags because my partner and I are just a bunch of shit talkers. And
I always wondered the correlation with that. I was like, is that like a nickname for Raiders fans or something?
No, the Autumn Wind is like that song that goes da, 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 da. If you heard it, you'd recognize it if you heard it.
You know what I'm thinking of, dude? For some reason, you're the best alive.
Nah.
No, that's what I think about.
What the fuck?
I don't know why, bro.
The
That's what
freaking
I.
Karate Kid. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You didn't even think of Eye of the Tiger?
Eye of the Tiger. Nah,
That's a good
I mean,
one.
that's
that's
like
a good one too.
pretty classic.
Yeah,
a
but
good one.
it comes from that. Yeah.
Wait, it's
So
Autumn.
that's not even related to like football or anything. It's just you like.
I mean, it is about the Raiders because it starts off with the Autumn Wind is a pirate, and it talks about pirates and like pillaging and all that stuff.
Oh,
And at the end, it's like the Autumn Wind is a raider, and then it talks about like.
That's pretty tight.
that's
So
pretty.
it's basically that's what a raider is. They're like a freaking bad guy pirate, you know.
No, yeah. It's anybody that's going into plunder villages,
Yeah.
like Vikings were raiders, things like that.
Wait, so is that the guy with the two swords? He's just like a guy, like a Viking or something, just raiding shit.
He's a
Bro, that's
he's
why
a pirate, bro.
that's
He's
why a
bad
lot
guy.
of people see the Raiders and they're down for it, and when they first see it, before they know about football and the sadness that is the Raiders since
Oh
the
my god,
80s.
dude, it's been so bad since like 20 years since 2001, I think.
Dude, y'all had a shot with Carr.
Yeah,
A little bit.
The thing with that man, he was a good quarterback. He just wasn't the kind of quarterback that can do a bunch of stuff for you. You know, like
True.
he wasn't the problem with the Raiders when he was there, but he wasn't the answer either.
No, but it definitely improved the offense because who did they trade when it was either like the first or second season after he came on, that defensive end or something like
Oh
that?
yeah, Khalil Mack.
Yeah. I think that was like kind of a damning
Sucked,
moment
man.
at that
It
point.
sucked. Well, here's the thing: when they were still in Oakland, they had like the worst stadium, the worst money. Like they didn't make any money off of that stadium at all. And the city of Oakland, like they totally screwed the Raiders over. So because like the Raiders moved from Oakland to Los Angeles. That's when I started liking them when I was a little kid.
Wait, they were the
They were the LA Raiders for a while.
They were
For a
the
long
LA.
time.
Yeah, I remember that when they were LA Raiders.
what years was that?
That was like
We were
like 80, 81,
Oh,
80,
before us.
81, something like that to 95.
I gotta
yeah.
find a LA Raiders
elementary
hat.
school. I
Yeah,
remember.
it was badass, dude. The LA Raiders,
That's
like
sick.
like Boys in the Hood, like
Yeah.
you know, Doughboy and stuff. Raiders, that's LA Raiders, yeah.
Okay.
So they moved because Al Davis, the former owner,
Okay.
he wanted a new stadium, and they're like, "No, we don't have any money for you. We're not gonna raise the money. We're not gonna help you." The NFL wouldn't help because they hate the Raiders for whatever reason. So then he moves down to Los Angeles, and like the year he moved to Los Angeles, the NFL's like, "Minnesota Vikings, you want a stadium? Here's all this money." And we're like, "What the hell, dude? Check
The-
it out. Read about it." 'Cause-
Viking versus Raider.
So
And that's like 3 stadiums then for the Vikings. 'Cause
Yeah,
they
they're
just
right.
got that other new one.
now they just got a newer one, maybe like 6 or 7 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, that's their newer one. So they got that older one that imploded,
With the roof,
like the
dude,
roof
I
collapsed.
love that video.
That was crazy. But yeah, that was the stadium that got built because they were actually an outdoor stadium in Minnesota. If you can imagine,
The White House must have been
that was
lit.
nuts. So Al Davis spent all that time trying to get a stadium built in Los Angeles. He tried to go to Irwindale to build one, and then those big quarries and stuff.
Yeah.
It just nothing ever worked out. So he wanted to move back to Oakland with the promise that they would build him a stadium. And they pulled the honey dick on him, and he went back up to Oakland, and they said, "No, we're not going to give you the money." And he's like, now he's stuck with a bad deal with a really bad, look, I love
whole way
I've been up
around.
there. I've been up to Oakland. I've been to games up there and everything. And the like the setting and everything is perfect, right? Like you go up to the BART, and you get off on the stop and you go over the penitentiary looking ass freaking bridge. It looks like a penitentiary bridge. It's just a plain like concrete
Sick.
with fences up the side and barbed wire on the top.
Barbed wire.
Yeah, so no one jumps off. So you cross the bridge and there's a stadium, right? It's right there.
Hell yeah.
So
dude.
you got the team didn't have any money, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
They weren't cash rich at the time. They had equity. Like the team was worth a lot, but the owner, he was like the poorest owner in the league because he didn't have like money coming in. Plus, that's all he did. He like all these owners, they have other businesses and shit, right?
Yeah.
So when it came time to pay Khalil Mack, they didn't have the cash. Because look, when you sign a contract and you guarantee money in the NFL, you have to put the money in escrow. Because let's say like you fold or you become bankrupt and you signed a contract to pay the guy. So the guaranteed money, not all of it, just the guaranteed money, it has to go into an escrow account like right then and there.
As soon as he signs the contract?
As soon as he signs it, it has to go into escrow. So if you sign Khalil Mack, one of the best players in the league, let's say you sign him for $100 million, 60 guaranteed. You have to put $60 million in escrow right then and there when he signs.
Liquid.
Yeah. And they didn't have that kind of, they didn't have that kind of cash to put in escrow.
Yeah, to throw around like that.
So that's why Mac was just like, I want to dip. So he didn't even show up to the team. He didn't even like, I don't blame him for having to trade him because it was a money thing, man.
That's
crazy. A money thing. Yeah.
I didn't know it went down like that.
It's crazy, bro. A lot of stuff that people don't understand because they just listen to the media and what the media tells them. Like with anything else.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of context involved in a lot of these things that people don't understand. And like even the John Gruden thing. Like when the whole Gruden thing with his like emails and shit, like they're like 10-year-old emails. So you're telling me, so the way that whole thing started is the owner of the Redskins, right?
Was it? And then the Cowboys do. Wait, was the Redskins guy with the black girlfriend or whatever?
I don't know. I don't think so. No, that was a different guy.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the old owner, he actually sold the team. The old owner of the Redskins, he had like all this stuff happening against him, like charges brought up against him for like sexual harassment, all kinds of crazy stuff, right? So they like all of their emails, like over 700,000 emails, they like went through. And they're telling me that out of all those emails, all you found was 3 emails where John Gruden said some borderline racist and misogynistic stuff.
How racist was it though?
No, it wasn't terrible. Like
the Jerry Jones
like
stuff is
that
way
like
worse.
we say to each other, or worse than
no,
that?
No,
probably the stuff you and I say to each other.
Okay.
But
you
it
say
was
some
more
pretty fucked up shit though.
It was like Jerry Jones level, like the owner of the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Everybody calls him like the greatest slave owner in fucking the NFL.
Wait, so was it just because they didn't like him that it blew up like that, or what? Like,
so the problem is, John Gruden called in one of the emails, called the commissioner of the NFL, Roger Goodell. He called him a football hating pussy. So now I think that he had it out for him because there was reports that John Gruden eventually wanted to be the commissioner of the NFL. So Roger Goodell I just think he has it in for the Raiders, whatever. Maybe that's just me being biased. But out of all those emails, that's all they found, No,
yeah, for sure.
So then the owner of the Raiders, Mark Davis, Al Davis' son, he didn't want to fire John Gruden. But the NFL and the commissioner, Roger Goodell, forced him to fire him.
Big wigs.
Well, he forced him to fire him. And here's the worst part. He forced him to fire him, and he didn't even give him an exemption, like a void contract type of thing. So he still had to pay him. John Gruden had a 10-year, $10 million contract, so $100 million total, right? And he was in his 4th year. He had to pay him off the rest of his contract. So even though Goodell forced him to freaking fire the guy, he still had to pay him.
Still came out of pocket.
Yeah.
Can't be upset with that though, right?
I mean, if you're John Gruden, I guess
John
not.
Gruden's happy, but the Raiders are kind of fucked.
The Raiders are
salary
fucked
cap and shit.
I mean,
like that.
he's fine, dude. Like ever since he moved to Vegas, the net worth of the team like tripled. It's worth like $6 billion now.
I'm sure. Me and my homies always joke. It's like you basically gave somebody from the hood that the greatest rap contract ever, and now you get to see the horrible things happen from it like that.
Yeah.
Fucking dude with the straps on Instagram Live. The The fucking
all the bad decisions.
Dude in the
Oh,
drive.
yeah, Arnett, yeah.
Arnett, yeah, the guy with the car smoked that
Drugs.
chick.
Yeah.
Didn't Arnett go down again twice or something like that?
Bro, Arnett, dude, this guy has to be the dumbest motherfucker alive. Okay. So Damon Arnett was a cornerback for the Raiders, right? He was injured, right? And then he was put on like injured reserve or whatever. And he was like threatening somebody on like Snapchat or something like that with
It
a
was
gun.
on live.
Oh,
With
I
a
think
gun
I think
live.
I've ever seen that
So
show on
they
the
released
news.
him, right?
Yeah.
He signed a futures contract, which means you're not on a team this year, but you're going to be on a team next year, right? He goes, he's in Miami. I think he's from Florida. He's in Miami. He's driving drunk.
Of course.
Driving drunk with no license, I think. The cop let him go. He said, go straight home. I'm giving you a chance. Go straight. Like 2 hours later, the same cop pulls him over, pulls him out of the car, finds a gun, finds coke on him. He's like, dude, you're an idiot. I let you go with all this in your car and you still stayed out. But look, these guys are like, they're rock stars, dude.
Oh, yeah.
From the time they're little kids. Like everyone tells them that they're the best. And then, so when you go and then now people telling you you're the best and they give you a bunch of money, it's not going to get better.
Oh yeah, the new NCAA is going to be chalked the whole upcoming class, depending on the lifestyles and things
most
that
of those
given.
people come from like the hood and shit, where they don't even got money
A
like
lot
that.
of them
You
do,
know,
man. Yeah.
so they're
Yeah.
like, they don't understand how to be financially like literate and stuff. You know, they're just like,
And the
I'm gonna get a car, all the drugs. You know, I hear it's funny when I hear stories of people that made it and they're still like trapping or something. You know, especially like rappers, bro. I'm like,
It doesn't
why?
make any sense, bro.
Does not make sense, bro. I'm like, dude, like Young Thug. I was like, bro, come on, dude. How long have you been on top for? You know?
Something like Young Thug for sure, but then you get like drill rappers and shit like that. They're probably not making a whole lot of money.
They're not, But like, everyone in the NFL, I'm assuming, is making some good cheddar, right?
Hell yeah, dude.
What's the-
Especially if he was a first round pick.
Oh
man.
yeah,
He's making
he was
millions of dollars.
he was going to be somebody in the game for sure.
Yeah.
Making millions of dollars. I mean, and it's not like they don't have resources either, because the NFLPA, the Players Association, they hook them up with like tutorials, like freaking money, like money
There's
management, like.
That one guy started that whole I can't remember the player's name, but he started a whole organization designed to like coach rookies.
Yeah,
how
there's
to
a
get
rookie
that-
symposium. Yeah,
It's like how to get that 10-year pension guaranteed. Like they pointed out, like don't do this, don't do that. Chad Johnson's got the greatest way to save money ever.
Yeah.
You ever see like any of the videos on him?
what does he do?
He basically was like, I wear fake jewelry.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't go
yeah.
Yeah.
I eat McDonald's.
Respect it.
And
Yeah.
like I don't do nothing extra. I
would
play
do the
video
same.
games.
I would do the same, dude.
There's this guy, his name's Marshawn Lynch. He played for the
Yo.
Raiders.
Yeah, I know Marshawn.
So
Everyone
beast
knows.
mode, right? So he never touched any of his salary.
What, his mama ran it or what?
No, he banked everything. He just lived off of his endorsements.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So he was living like chill.
Very well.
Yeah, but he never touched any of his money. That's when he made that speech, like take care of your mentals, take care of your chicken. You know,
Yeah.
like he was telling the guys, like, hey man, like you don't have to do all this stuff as long as you manage your money right. So now he has Beast Mode Productions. He's doing
got
all
all
the
types
video
of
work.
shit.
He got a
His-
lot of stuff going on. Yeah.
Yeah, he
His
does.
pullover was hilarious. Like 6 months ago or whatever. Like
Yo,
no
I'm
wheels.
parked right here. Like, how am I supposed to drive?
I
He
didn't
is
do that.
so fucked up. He's like blackout drunk in like a Ferrari or a Lambo or some shit like that. And he's just like, they're just joking around. The cops are joking around with him. He's laughing. I think there was like, it was down to rims on one wheel or two wheels.
He's like, how am I going to drive with it looking like this?
And they let him go or what?
No, he got
Oh.
booked.
No,
He
he
His-
just
got-
was cool
you
about
had
it.
to, bro. He was so drunk, dude.
Bro,
Yeah.
that mugshot's
One
lit
rim,
too.
so he crashed or just.
Oh, he was just in the middle of the road.
He
I think
just
they
pulled
him
over like, oh, look at my shit, like it's all messed up.
Gangster,
Yeah, well, you
bro.
gotta watch the video. Dude.
I'm gonna check it out. I'll add it.
Yep.
Somewhere.
Dude, these guys coming out of college are like 20, 21 years old, man. They're playing a big man's game, and it's like they're just the alpha. Like you talk about like the alpha males to just play college football. Like 1% of those guys make it to the NFL, and only 1% of those guys are going to be like all pros
Something.
or like guys that make like serious money, like the big time money, you know.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Like even if you just like roll in and you're just a guy for a couple of years, you're still making, probably banked the good, probably 3-4 million.
That's a decent amount. That's per year or off the contract. How long's the contract?
I mean,
Season?
it depends on where you're drafted. But if you're a first round draft pick and let's say you're like a quarterback or something, like you're $12 million a year
Dang,
as a rookie.
it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what I'd do with 12 mil.
I mean, we drafted a piece of shit offensive lineman. We're paying $8 million a year.
This will probably never even plays. He's just on the side or what?
Nah, we freaking released that bitch.
What's his name?
Alex Leatherwood.
Alex
That's a
Leatherwood.
horrible name for
I
one.
heard. I wish I had my phone to check him out. I left my phone somewhere.
I call him Alex Neverwood because he never would freaking play for us.
Or the thing they have to offer is $750,000
Yeah, that's
as
the league
of
minimum.
August 24th, 2023.
150. That's still a lot though.
$750K is the league minimum.
It's almost a
And
mil,
those are
dude.
guys off the street that are like, they just get them to like, oh, someone got hurt here. You come in here, league minimum, you know?
Yeah.
Like a D3 dude.
So
Yeah, the veteran minimum, yeah.
so if you're on the team but you don't actually play, like do they have spots where you're just like a training partner or something?
Yeah, we have practice squads.
Yeah. And so if you're on a practice squad, can you practice for other teams or just only?
No.
You're a practice squad for that team because you're learning their plays and stuff like that.
Okay.
A lot of times, especially now, because that's kind of one of the trade-offs that they made in the NFL where because they added a game to the season, they're like, all right, we'll expand the practice squad and we'll let you bring people up and push them down week by week.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a bench.
Okay.
That's
Pretty
pretty
cool.
tight.
I'm gonna join that practice squad.
Bro, those guys,
They're probably
crazy.
giants, dude.
Good luck.
I remember one time, like at my old gym, a guy was like, I forgot his name, but he's like, yeah, I'm he was like a washed up like football player. Like, yeah, he was like in his mid-20s, whatever. Like, oh, I didn't hit, whatever. I want to start training. Dude, just didn't do anything with them. They're just too big and strong.
Yeah.
We were trying to grapple with the guy, and it's like you couldn't move him. I'm like,
He was a football player?
yeah, he's an old football player. And I'm like, dude, you're not supposed to do with this guy, man. Like, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
if he
coach
was-
is looking at us like getting mad, And our coach was kind of mean, dude. So he was like,
I feel like those type of athletes are like what you want in like MMA. Like I feel like was it Strickland that said like if they put more money in MMA, you would start seeing people leave
Oh, yeah.
football and stuff. You
yeah,
know,
for sure.
I feel like that's true, dude. Sean Strickland, he's got the belt for the middleweight title in
yeah.
UFC. He put out a statement saying that like if we put more money in fighting sports like other countries do, you would start seeing like those fucking athletes that join basketball, that join football, doing MMA instead. The only reason they don't do it is just because there's no money,
The money in it, yeah. And the thing is like if you take a look at it, if you're, let's say you're like a borderline starter in college, you're not gonna make it.
You're not going nowhere. You better
I was
just
like,
focus on school.
I might as well pivot to something else because like a lot of these other countries, like they pay their Olympic athletes
They're
to
amateurs.
train.
You can
So
make
Russia,
money in amateurs, dude.
Like that's all
Russia,
they did.
like all the stands, Uzbekistan,
Yeah.
Kazakhstan,
The motherfuckers
all the stands, bro.
All the
365, you were doing Olympic shit.
Yeah.
For sure.
They pay them. And that's one of the things that the Olympic athletes here want. They want to be able to get paid to train because they're representing the country,
Yeah, that's fucked, dude.
Dude,
Well,
it was wild when I learned about.
You don't get paid. You don't
I
get
thought
paid.
they got paid. I
Nah,
thought
dude.
Olympic athletes were fucking balling when I was a child.
You can't make money as an amateur in the United States. Most people in the Olympics are amateurs. I think you're allowed 2 pros per team, which are your captains, right? Has it changed?
Well, it's different now. It's different now, yeah. But still, like, they still don't get paid a lot of money. That's why, like, they did the whole Foxcatcher thing, where the DuPont guy, he's like the plastic DuPont company.
No,
Well, he was a crazy guy, right?
they caught so much flack. I know a little bit about DuPont.
He liked wrestling, like Olympic wrestling. So he had a Foxcatcher. He owned Foxcatcher Farms.
Okay.
He made Team Foxcatcher, where he just invited all these wrestlers. I'll pay you, bring your families. You could live here for free and just train. But he was nuts. He was crazy. He ended up shooting one of the guys, killed him. Yeah.
But everyone that was a part of it
Art
said he was
Schultz,
tight.
one of the best guys,
Yeah.
the best wrestlers. He killed him.
Yeah, he killed him.
What the fuck?
Yeah, check it out. There's a
good
lot of
documentary.
there's a Foxcatcher team. What is it called? The Foxcatcher, I think it's
Okay.
called.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's on
You
should
Netflix
check it
or
out.
YouTube.
Yeah, it's on
I can't
Netflix.
remember.
Well,
It's
like,
a really
crazy,
good
bro.
documentary.
Dude,
Yeah.
the DuPonts are like the white trash Rothschilds, basically.
They're super rich. He was just like
He was smart as
tweaked,
fuck,
bro.
though. But he was
was-
smart. He monopolized refrigeration. He monopolized like a lot of fucking.
well, the family did. I
Well,
don't know
yeah,
if he
the family.
personally
Maybe
did.
not
It
him
was like,
personally,
it was
but-
like with a grandson or something that did
Like
the,
an Arm and Hammer type
Yeah.
shit family.
Yeah, but that guy, he was something else, man. Because that's one of the things he wanted to do. He wanted to be like a benefactor. Like, yeah, let me help you guys out because I like Olympic wrestling and stuff. And a lot of like big time guys were there, like almost all the big time guys.
Yeah, and I think they actually were doing really good. Like that was when America was doing really good in wrestling. But it was just because there was there's a direct correlation between making money and performing, bro.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
for sure.
It's
It- it
undeniable.
but he wasn't like giving them a bank. He was just giving them money to
Housing,
train,
yeah.
and free housing and food and all that stuff. So it's like they didn't have to work, and they were still making money.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
tight.
I remember a couple Olympics ago, there was like it was sponsored by like Home Depot or something like that. And they're like, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
we
Home
we
Depot.
employ Olympic athletes. I'm like, Olympic athletes are working at Home Depot?
No.
Hey, I'm sure that's true in some
It's true. It was
I'm
true.
sure it's true, bro.
I'm sure it's really not, though. Let me tell you. I'm sure a lot of the Olympic athletes walk into Home Depots with their rich contractor dad and work a Sunday when they're like 11 or 12.
No, I think because like a lot of Olympic athletes, they're like college kids, dude.
Either that or like you're gonna be. If we think Olympic athletes and we think like the big track and field,
True.
and shit, like
Ping pong. That's
you
what we
know,
gotta
like
think
yeah,
about.
you're gonna be
Yeah.
a ping pong player and you're gonna make a lot of money. Like, you probably do have to work at Home Depot.
Even like the like karate, like I'm sure those
Yeah,
guys.
those
yeah.
guys they don't make any money.
Yeah,
Dude,
dude.
freaking Ronda Rousey was a Olympic
judo.
athlete, a judo athlete in the Olympics, and she worked as a bartender. She worked at 24-hour fitness, like
Yep.
at the front desk. Like she
Not
had all kinds of
glamorous.
shit
And
jobs.
fighting is in general is not a glamorous sport, bro. It's
Dude,
not the
fighting is
NBA or NFL.
dude, people don't understand something about the fight game, dude. Unless you're the fighter, even if you're the fighter, the fight game is pretty boring, dude. Like, if you have to show up, like, okay, let's say, for example, you go to an event and where the athletic commission like says you can't leave. Like, once you sign in and check in, and you gotta stay here.
Yeah.
Okay, you're there like 4 hours before anything happens,
Yeah,
and you're just sitting there, and you're in like in a ballroom with a bunch of other people, and you're just freaking sitting there.
yeah.
And so, like when I'm back there, like with Coach Frankie and stuff, I just tell the fighter, "Hey, just sleep, man. Just go to bed.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Or put
Just
on
don't watch
headphones.
anything on your phone. Just go to sleep. Just sleep,
Just rest.
and then before you know it, we'll wake you up when we have to start taping you up and stretching and warm you up.
Fucked up.
Because
Well,
it's like,
Chris's fight when he fought with. Remember when that kid got knocked out and then we had to wait for the ambulance to take him
yeah,
away?
dude, it was nuts. So what happened was,
He was there for like 10 hours, bro.
yeah, bro, I remember that.
What?
So look,
Yeah.
it was in was it Burbank, right?
Yeah, I think it's
like
Burbank.
Hilton or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, Burbank.
So we go in the ballroom, and they had a kids only event before.
Or the adults.
And the last fight of the kids event, some kid gets like rocked or whatever, and
Blitzed.
he either passes out or stumbles down like after the fight, going into the dressing room, right? So the ambulance, they only had one ambulance. That's why you always have two ambulances at your freaking shows. People, don't be cheap.
At least 2.
You should have at least two,
Oh,
just
you
for a
have to
backup.
supply?
They only had one.
Wait, you have to supply your own ambulances?
yeah,
So
if-
the event-
if
the event
you're-
has to.
Yeah, the event has to.
They pay for it.
So the guy, like the promoter, right? They have to supply all that. So the promoter only had one ambulance. The ambulance took the kid to the ER, and then on their way back, I guess they got an emergency call. So we're sitting there.
Can't start to
Dude,
fight.
we're
leave
so-
sitting
over
there. We
there.
were sitting there for like literally like 7 hours, dude.
While they handled that.
I mean,
thing?
including the fight card.
Yeah.
But the
So
fight
you
card
should-
should have been
Oh,
the fight card
shit.
should have been 3 hours. We were sitting there almost 4 hours, dude.
It's crazy.
With nothing going on.
Can you imagine you're about to fight, your nerves, dude? You're hungry because you've been cutting weight, and then you're just waiting.
Just sitting there
And
waiting.
you don't even know when they're going to show up. There's no,
Chris
I'm
fucked
two
that
more.
dude up though.
Yeah, he did. That was a good fight.
Fuck that guy up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, it's
Angry.
wild, bro. People don't understand what happens behind the
He's
scenes. dude.
pissed, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like people think it's like the fight game's real glamorous and all this stuff, and it's just a lot of hurry up and wait,
It's a lot of waiting.
a lot of waiting around. Even if you're the fighter, bro, like even when you're training, like you can't be going out partying and stuff. Like if you want
No,
to fight,
yeah, that's
you
what
know
I
I'm saying?
imagine. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought you were just talking about the day to day life. Like, I imagine it being kind of boring, just or not boring, but like extremely routined.
Yeah,
Like, it would be boring to somebody
I
else.
mean, if you're disciplined and you want to be good, yeah.
Has to
Yeah.
be routine, bro. Even your drills are like the same thing over and over because you have to do it so many times that you don't think about it in the ring.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have a different aspect of it, just like getting locked up and shit like that. Like
Same
routines
shit.
are what get you closer to home.
Let's make killers,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
So speaking of the fight game, bro, how's fucking TFE doing?
TFE, oh man, it's rough going for TFE, man.
TFE is called the Fight Exchange, by the way. Y'all should check him out, dude. Do you have a website or what's your stuff?
yeah, thefightexchange.com. Yeah.
Thefightexchange.com. He's got gear. I have some of his gear. I have gloves, shin pads.
He's gonna put
shirt.
stuff on my face.
I'll put some stuff on his
Right.
face, some tight ass gear. If you're looking for some new gloves or something, check it out, dude.
Yeah, man. So it was the plan for the Fight Exchange pivoted.
What was the plan?
So Julio was supposed to fight at Lion Fights, this event in the Commerce Casino. And they were going to be on, they had a contract with CBS Sports, so they were going to be on CBS Sports and everything. And I had everything set. Me and this dude, OG Mike and Frankie, and we had it set. We were going to be on the canvas. We were going to be on the ring pads.
Yeah.
Everything. We were going to be, they were going to shout us out, everything. And then for the second show, we were going to have commercials for Fight Exchange and everything.
Oh, you had
right?
a commercial filmed?
Well, I haven't had, we didn't get a chance because COVID hit.
Oh, yeah.
And the shows got canceled and all those plans. So it's like, I'm not a marketer, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like more of like the hands-on type of person. I'm not like a marketing type of guy. And I honestly, like having to do it over again, I would have put more emphasis on like on the hype instead of like on the sizzle instead of the steak, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like I think I have pretty good gear. Like the gear that I got.
Yeah.
The gear that I have made, like even the shirts that I have made, like they're comfortable, like they're nice shirts. I'll get you one. But it's like the thing is, it's like I put so much into the quality of the product. I didn't get the name out there. And that was my mistake, you know. That was my mistake because that wasn't what I was good at. That was what OG Mike was. And now OG Mike's doing his own thing and like he's still the G and whatever. But like that was the window. That was the opportunity for it to like really blow up and just I put my glove. My gloves are like they're up against anything in that price range. You know what I'm saying? Like they're my equipment's good stuff.
Yeah, it's not bad, dude. I liked it. I bought some for Kaylee and then she never used it, so I took it from her. And I was like, you know,
you're still using that stuff.
I'm still using it.
And those aren't even real leather. Those are synthetics.
Yeah, the only thing is the shin guards, but it's because they're too small, obviously.
They're too small for you. Yeah.
So Kaylee's
little ass, you know.
Yeah, so I don't have.
I miss that girl, dude.
I know. I haven't talked to her in a while. I'm gonna call her tonight, actually.
Hit her up. Tell her I shout her out.
I give her a shout out. Yeah. I don't think she watches.
Yeah, I hope you're doing good, girl.
She is. She's doing good.
You and Shanae too.
Shanae's doing good. Yeah, that's cool, man. Oh, I mean, I guess it's unfortunate, not so cool. But are you gonna keep it going, or what's the plan for TLC?
I don't know, man. I don't know because it's like
a lot of energy.
That and like you keep throwing money into a sinking ship. You know, it's like how much money do you want to throw into it until you just say, you know what? Let me just. I'm thinking about liquidating. Like just selling everything for a dirt cheap and then just resetting and restarting.
Got another brand? Is it going to be a fight brand or just something else?
I mean, I like the fight game and stuff, and that's fine.
I mean,
or I can just throw it into like the Windbags, you know, like.
What about sports gear, bro? You got some sick ass shorts, bro. I really like your shorts.
Nice, yeah.
No, dude, you made some sick shorts. I would say focus on that.
We're wearing them right now.
I got them right now. I haven't even changed from the gym, but dude, do that. Everyone.
That's
needs
what I was gonna say. Like so many of these companies now, like Kill Crew, like all of these little sick, slight underground, but are popular in the subgroups because that's what it's become in life. There's so many different subgenres of people and like different things, but the shorts, the fight shorts are just blowing the fuck up across it all.
That's a big thing now. Yeah, before. I mean, when I first started doing Muay Thai, I started training jiu-jitsu don't do the math, in 1998. That's when I first started. I remember it vividly because it was the weekend after the World Cup and it was Brazil against France. So I remember it was 1998 and
I was in kindergarten.
Yeah, 1998.
I know exactly how it was. I'm not gonna say it though because I don't want to make him feel bad. But you're the same age as me.
He looked at you instead. He didn't look at me. So
yeah, whatever. That's cool. So that's when I started training, and I started doing Muay Thai like maybe when I met Frankie. So like 10 years later, maybe, or like 9-10 years after that, and like people didn't have 50 pairs of Muay Thai shorts. You know what I'm saying?
No.
They had like 2-3 pair of Muay Thai shorts. Now it's like that's like. That's like the freaking like sneakerheads, but like for Muay Thai, it's the shorts.
Well, I mean, even legitimately sneakerheads because like they've like evolved. The Thai shorts have evolved to just the like boxer
streetwear kind of
with the short over it. They're basically like the Thai length, just like maybe a 2-inch longer length, but people like the look right now.
I seen Pharrell wearing Thai shorts out and about.
Bro, yeah.
You know?
Oh, it's a very valid to wear out.
Khalifa does too, yeah.
Wiz Khalifa actually trains.
He trains. He actually trains.
I respect
good,
that.
Dude.
I know. He's pretty
good.
He's been doing it for like 5 years now.
He's long as hell, dude. Like,
I know.
He'd be a problem with somebody getting inside of him.
I kind of wanted to see if he fights, bro. That'd be tight. I don't know if he's. I mean, if I was him, I probably wouldn't.
I wouldn't if I was him.
Yeah.
Why would you, dude?
Yeah, you can fuck your leg up. You
fighting is a poor man's sport.
Be cool to see him spar Joe Rogan.
No, Joe Rogan would fuck him up. I think
Joe Rogan's tough.
You'd fuck
I
him
know,
up.
no, that's what I'm saying. It'd be kind of funny because I know Joe would go soft.
Was Khalifa doing a celebrity fight event? A Muay Thai one though. That'd be tight. Not
That'd be
like
sick.
Jake Paul, but like, you know, someone else.
Like
That wouldn't be
like those guys are like legit fighters though. Dude. Like I'm not like a big fan, but like
Jake Paul, yeah.
Jake Paul, like all those dudes, like
Yeah.
they're like Logan, like they're like
They're in it.
they're young, strong kids, and they train like they don't train to like mess around. Like
Yeah.
they don't do anything else.
You gotta respect it, bro. I didn't respect it before, but now I respect it, bro. Logan kind of iffy on him, you know.
dude. His
I mean,
wrestling
he's
is
WWE now.
lit.
Yeah, he's dude. Look,
The wrestling is
Yeah,
lit.
they got
from
wrestling. I'll
him.
give him that.
don't
From
even
what
get
I
started
heard.
on freaking wrestling, bro. I can't even watch it anymore, dude. Like I can barely watch it. The only people I could watch in wrestling right now are the guys that didn't go through like NXT.
Yeah,
Like Logan, like Logan, I can watch him wrestle because he does stuff like that he saw when he was a kid.
dude, shooting
Yeah.
star presses.
Dude, like there's that, and there's freaking what's the other dude? Pat McAfee when he wrestled. He
Wait.
wrestled,
the football player.
yeah,
wrestled.
he wrestled in WrestleMania last year,
No,
and he did good. And he didn't. The thing is he doesn't do it cookie cutter like the other people do.
Yeah,
He does it like his own little style, and it looks better.
So you think
Looks
he's like
better.
an actual fan, then he's just doing it?
Yeah, he's actually fan, but he's big and athletic.
Yeah.
you know?
That's
he
that
can
helps.
he can
Yeah.
do the things he wants.
Yeah, that's
a lot
true.
of these guys are just fucking juice heads in the game. It seems like now, like some of them are still pretty cool, but a lot of them.
So for me, it just all right.
I love wrestling, by the way. So you and me can vibe right now. If
I
you
like,
want.
I'm a huge wrestling
Me
fan, but
too.
the problem is,
Tell me the name of your cat, bro.
dude, one of my cat's names is Razor Ramon.
Yo,
We'll add a picture here.
shout out, R.I.P.
We'll add a picture here and post it.
I'll send you the picture
He
with
says-
his. He has a picture with a hoodie and a chain on, a purple hoodie
Gangsters
and a chain. And a
fuck,
chain.
bro.
Dude, so I got him like the week after he died.
Damn,
So
Forgot
I
about
called
that.
him Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's lit, dude.
Yeah.
I was
So-
like early WCW growing, early WCW.
Yeah,
That was when
I'm
I
a fan.
started.
I was a fan of all that, dude. Like when I was a little kid, I was always into like some fighting. Like I always like. My brother was like, "What are you watching that for?" It was like the UHF, like when you had to like turn the little dial and shit,
Yeah.
like channel 34, the Mexican channel. Like I would watch like just shitty
luchador
boxing,
wrestling,
The good
bro.
rest, the
Or
legit
luchadors.
wrestling.
Luchador wrestling's so fun
Yeah.
to
I would
watch.
watch
dude.
That's
luchadors.
just
I would watch
legit.
boxing. Anything that I can watch with any type of combat, I
Yeah.
would watch it. And but yeah, I love wrestling, dude. But it's like right now it's hard for me because you have to like I understand that it's a show. I understand it's not like quote unquote real. Like it's predetermined and everything, right?
Yeah.
But at least fool me into thinking it's real. Like you're like these guys are doing all these crazy moves and popping right back up. Like, wait a second, like that should have hurt you. Like
There's no-
sell it a little bit.
There's no
Yeah.
agony.
There's no or they're rolling and
They
shit.
call it ring psychology, and there's no ring psychology, right? Because like some guy can like get their leg
Good
beat
word.
up the entire freaking fight, right? They get their leg beat up, then they're gonna do a freaking 450 splash at the top. Like,
No,
no,
yeah.
you're not supposed to be able to do that if your leg's jacked up. You know
Respect
what I'm saying?
that.
I
respect
blame
that.
I blame technology in a sense. I just blame the ability for people to talk about it more
Mm.
to like the death of that. So now it's just like I feel a lot of these guys have to resort to just the idea of what's the craziest thing I can do
Yeah.
rather than put their own sock on their hand
Yeah.
and put it in someone's mouth
Yeah.
and then get thrown off of a cage as his like crazy act, but he's
Yeah.
not doing like 6 backflips.
It's ever since Vince McMahon left, bro. Hasn't been
Well,
the
he's
same.
back now.
Yeah.
He's back in WWE.
Yeah.
It was it was
Because he
called
sold it.
WWE.
WWE. Yeah, he sold it, and they brought him back. Like, well, he was back.
Did he sell it
before
to the
then.
Arabs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made a
Arabs.
ton of money.
He made all
Dude, he
the
got
money.
that UFC deal with Saudi Arabia, bro.
Dude, they make so much money on that. It's nuts.
Well, that
The-
golf shit.
uh,
What's the golf
Talking about
thing they
which one?
do?
You talking about the Ngannou fight or? What are we
No,
talking about?
not that one.
Oh, you talking about the WWE deal?
Yeah.
How much do you think they make? I can't.
Probably
I don't know
hundreds
about
of
some
millions.
Hundreds
Hold
of
on.
millions of
Check
dollars.
it, fact check.
What's it called? The triple crown or something like that, or
The
the
Saudi Prince or whatever.
it's called the something crown or like the
Crown Prince.
like the event.
Oh,
They have an event every year. It's called the crown something, the crown jewel or something like that
Yeah.
event. They had like a 50-man Royal Rumble. What?
50?
Yeah.
That's gangster.
How much?
Okay, WWE sold to UFC owner Endeavor in $9.3 billion deal.
That's
Yeah.
more than some countries, bro.
Yeah.
It's more than a
So
lot
it's
of
like a
countries.
whole
That's
conglomerate.
wild.
Now, you're
Yeah.
gonna see a lot of like back and forth now. They're probably setting it up now, but you're gonna see a lot of crossover. I think.
You think that's a good thing for wrestling or bad?
Hell yeah, because dude, look, when Pride was his best, Pride would
Right at everybody.
Pride cross promoted with Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
It's about entertainment. It's about getting pop. It's about bringing names like eyes. Look at the Paul. We're talking about the Jake Paul and all those dudes.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing is, I mean, they're out there actually doing it themselves, but they're promoting it and bringing a lot of money. Like these fighters, like Tyrone Woodley and all these Askren, like they've made more money taking dives. You know,
it's sad.
You know,
they made
their whole career.
It's sad.
But it's sad. But you know what? I'm not. That's why I can't hate on the guys, dude. Like they're making money.
No.
Yeah.
They found the cheat code. They're making money. I'm not.
Bro,
Gonna
you've
hate
got
on that.
brain damage, irreparable brain damage, probably from your career in fighting.
They didn't make no money.
And now you can pay for whatever fucking therapy and shit you need to pay through, so you don't Chris Benoit your family.
Seriously, bro.
Like I'm not being. It's not like I'm not trying to make a joke either. But like honest.
Yeah. But so, that's one of the things. Like I've had a lot of head injuries, dude. From like football to like training to like a bad car accident, like. And I'm like, I told my chick, I was like, listen, I probably have like a 75% chance more than anyone else, like the normal population, to have some kind of like
Dramatic
illness. Yeah, for sure.
Because of all the head all the head injuries I've had, you know.
Don't keep a gun at the crib.
No. Like, that's why like a lot of times you'll see me doing like word games, like Sudoku word games. Like I do a lot of that stuff on my phone.
Cognition going.
Yeah, I do it all the time, and I do my best. I take a lot of fish oil. I do a lot of stuff like coconut oil, MCT oil, all that stuff. I take all that stuff.
That's a good, bro. Fighters should listen to that, dude. You should tell people.
I mean, it's dude. You can't tell fighters. You can't tell them nothing.
Some are cool. Some
like it's hard,
it's personality thing, but
Nate Diaz that.
It's really hard, man.
Nate Diaz is not giving a fuck about none of that.
You're gay.
No, I'm telling you something right now. Those guys really take care of their bodies. The Diaz brothers, they take care of their bodies a lot. They're vegetarian or they're vegans. And they freaking train like marathon runners, like triathlons and stuff like that. Like those guys, their lifestyle is not what you think it is. They're not just out in the street freaking drinking 40s and shit and just like going in and fighting. Like they're like legit taking care of their bodies, taking care of all that stuff. But it's like, it's really hard. That's one of the hardest things I think. Because like when I see that the gym like saved my life, dude, like seriously, I had a car accident in 2015. And I had like a high end moderate, so it's like in the little over like the medium, you know, of like a head injury, closed head traumatic brain injury. And I had to do like 6 months of like speech and cognitive therapy, like learn how to talk again, learn how to use my memory. And so Frankie was like had just opened the gym in like February or something. And then he's like, hey, you know, I need somebody to help me, you know, run the gym, you know, because I just want to train people. I don't want to deal with any of this other stuff. So he's like, you know, you're at home, not really doing anything. Like, do you want to come and just chill at the gym and just, you know, greet people? I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. And that's kind of like where it started from, where I started like, you know, managing the gym and like not really coaching people, but like, you know, doing strength and conditioning for them, like whoever wants it and stuff like that. But that was like, that was a big thing for me to be able to do. And it's hard, bro. It's hard because like, I try not to be that like old guy that like tells them like, you got to do this, you got to do that, because people are going to choose their own path, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, you see these guys making these mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And you like, you'll tell them, hey man, do not walk into that room. Don't do it, because it's going to be really bad for you. And like, all right, chill, man. I respect you, you know, whatever. And then they'll do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like, it happens with almost anything. Training, you know, decisions for fights, like eating, partying too much. Like, I'm like, dude, like, you have plenty of time for that. And I tell them all the time, like, how old do you think you can fight till? Like, how old? Like mid-30s, like you're already washed up. Like, that's it. You only have a short window of time to do that. You can party your entire life, dude. Like, if you really want to be serious about this, that's one thing that Frankie always asks someone who wants to fight. Like, how far do you want to take this? And I hear the answer is always the same. Like, as far as I can go. And then when I see people fucking up, I'm just like, you remember that? Remember that conversation? Well, if you keep doing what you're doing, this is as far as you're going. You took it as far as you can go. You know, I tell them straight up, dude. And sometimes I piss people off, but it's like, I'm not there to be your friend. You know, like, I'm there to be your friend to help you through things. I'm not there to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that you're doing a good job when you're not, or you're making good decisions when you're not. But also it's that fine line where like Frankie almost brought me in to be the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Because like,
well, the bad guy or Mick from Rocky? Because Mick was an asshole, but he wasn't the bad guy.
Well, I mean, the bad guy as far as like the guy that like puts his foot down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you're definitely. Well, you're more. Frankie's very like. he expects things from people, but he doesn't like to push it onto you. He wants you to like make that decision based off of like hints and stuff. You're very just direct with how, and for me, dude, I respect that because I need that, bro. I need you to just be straight up with me. Like you've been there for all my fights, bro.
Mhm.
You've been there for me for like when I've had a lot of events happen. You know, when my homegirl passed away, you were there for me. You know, so it's like if you're a fighter and you're not willing to take that in for whatever reason, it's like what can you do for him, bro? You're being as direct as you can be. You know.
Yeah, it's hard because I try to just open a door for him. Like, hey, you have a decision to make. And I'm not saying you have to do 100% of what I say, but just think about it.
Yeah.
And if you start fucking up and things aren't going your way, just remember this conversation because I'm not trying to run your life, you know? Like none of the people at the gym, dude, I freaking love everybody at the gym, dude.
Our
And
family.
yeah, dude, we're a big family, dude. And it's like, I try because I made a lot of mistakes. Like I was in a position where I had a lot of stuff happen in my life, you know, where I was pretty much like making like everything that I knew got turned upside down, like quickly. Like in 2001, my dad died. Yeah, so I mean, when that happened, I stopped everything that I loved doing. I stopped training, going out, all this stuff. Like I stopped everything. I didn't train again for like 7 years, 6 years. I didn't do anything.
What are you? So
I
what'd you
gained
do?
a bunch of weight, dude. I freaking got. Like, I still haven't lost.
But
like
fuck somebody up.
no, but like it was tough because like my parents were divorced, right? And they didn't want to get divorced. It was one of those things where I mean, look, my advice started back then because like my mom was like, hey, I was still in high school at the time. My mom was like, hey, you know, let's leave, you know, your dad so he can like we could scare him straight. And I'm like, well, that's gonna work with my dad. Like he's pretty stubborn, you know.
That's a proposition.
Yeah, right. It's like I don't think that's gonna work, you know. Even back then, I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work.
You're also in high school where you're thinking about things too.
Yeah, right. I'm thinking like, man, it didn't work, and they kind of like bluffed each other into a divorce. I don't think either one of them wanted to get a divorce. Honestly,
nobody wanted to change.
No, they don't. No one wanted to. No one wanted to freaking. You know, no one wanted to blink. Everyone was just bluffing until it was like finally done, right? Because I don't think either one of them were ever as good after their divorce as when they were together.
But they would make it sound like they were.
They tried, but like I mean, yeah.
Well, you would know different.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to assume
but yeah,
anything,
you're right.
but like
You're right.
I kind of grew up in like I didn't have a dad ever, but like my mom showed up at the end of my high school career, and she was very spotty from childhood on. My grandma raised me, and like not to be like a divorce, but like my mom came in and like would try and bluff me about being a mom, and like I would call her bluffs a lot because I had that just like inner rage of like, you're not my mom, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of get where you're coming from with it all.
Yeah. Cause like, look, so after my dad died, my mom like lost it. So it's like the two people in my life that were forming my values, right? My morals, my value system, the way I make decisions. I saw them as like, dude, you guys are phonies, dude. Like at the time. I'm like, you guys are phony. You guys are teaching me all this stuff, but like you're doing everything but that, right?
They don't live it.
So it's like, I made a lot of bad decisions when I was younger, dude. Like I was not a person that I would be proud of right now. Back then, but I learned a lot of stuff, and now, like right now, I can look back at that and I can be like, okay, it wasn't that. It's that they're human, right? And no one's perfect, and they're trying to. Just like what I'm doing with the guys at the gym, and girls at the gym too. Like I'm trying to give them advice off of my experience, even though sometimes even now I'm like I'm pretty straight laced, bro. I don't mess up really, but like I get it more now. Like I understand more now. Like I understand my dad's decisions because honestly, like we kind of like once my parents divorced, like I didn't really have a lot of contact with the guy, and he was lonely, dude. Like he had his family and everything, and then he didn't. And I got that kind of like with my divorce. We were talking earlier, right? Where I was like living with my chick and we were together and married for like 15 years. And then it's like, dude, now it's like, whoa, now it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like now I've been like living on my own for like 5 years and it's like, I get, you know, but like at the time when it first started, like it was like, I was looking around like, dude, like there's no one to talk to.
Life?
Like
It's tough.
It's crazy, you know? And, but thinking back on that stuff, like that's what kind of formed my my opinion or my kind of like the way I live and the like my I like
Perception.
want to like help people, you know, and because I know that I mean, look, I was pretty athletic, you know. I wasn't super athletic. But you know, I could have like had fights like you guys have fights, like not just like gym fights, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day. But like
That's when I drop.
just tap it, you'd be all right.
All right, get it away from the gear, bro.
Yeah, so like that's what I want to do. Like I don't want anyone at the gym to not have an opportunity because of outside stuff, because of stuff that's happening in their life. That's why I'm always there to talk to people. That's why I'm always there to like, you know, give them advice or
Just to
whatever.
guide people.
Just yeah, just to give them, show them a direction, show them a little bit more perspective, and because I know I made a bad choice by like pulling away from stuff that was good for me. I think if I would have stayed with like martial arts and stuff like that at the time, I think it would have helped me a lot. It would have given me something positive to dig myself into.
Drive.
Yeah, yeah. It would have been something because like I was like just fluttering around, you know what I'm saying? Because like, I mean, I was like I'm a little shithead, you know, my early 20s, whatever. I wasn't like a criminal or anything, you know? But then, you know, my brother was gone. He had moved out. He was away. And like my sister was young still. But it's like, you know, I was the only other adult there, like telling my mom, like, hey, what are you doing? Like, what the hell, you know? So it's like I was trying to be an adult, but I was making really bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like I was making really bad choices.
That's what part of being an adult is too. Is like when it comes to like what you said about your parents. It's like as you get older, you realize we're all just trying to do the best we can, dude. You know what I mean?
For sure, man.
It's not. Sometimes it's like, yeah, you're lying to someone about who you are, but it's because it's like you want to be that person as best you can. You know, and sometimes the perception of being that person is better than the reality of it. You know?
Yeah, and it's like a lot of times people's expectations help you be better. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Like my chick right now, like, dude, she thinks I'm like the perfect guy or whatever. Like it's crazy, but like it's a lot of pressure, but I like it because it keeps me like, all right, you know, I have someone that thinks this highly of me. Of course, she doesn't think I'm perfect, but she thinks very highly of me, right? So I have to like,
Live up to that
live up to
expectation.
that expectation, right? And I have to like, you know, keep in mind like stuff that impacts me and kind of gets me like, you know, feeling sideways or whatever. And I have to like keep in mind stuff for her too, because, you know, I take a lot of responsibility on myself, like to make sure she feels wanted and she feels safe and she feels, you know, protected and heard and valued and stuff like that. So it's a lot of responsibility, but it's responsibility that I fully like. I fully take on. Yeah, for sure.
Drive in it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like what I was saying before about the gym and stuff, like, that's why I do it, you know, because I don't want anyone to be like, this happened in my life, I'm just going to quit.
Yeah.
Like if they want to quit, okay, fine, you can quit, but don't quit because, you know,
You didn't have help.
You didn't have help. Like I'm the type of person that I'll tell you something, even if you don't want to hear it, just so I can sleep better at night. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to help you initially. Like that's my main thing. But I would feel, I wouldn't be able to live with myself if someone that I really cared about was screwing up and I didn't tell them something and then something really bad happened that they can't come back from, wherever that is, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, I could have said something. Would it have helped? I don't know, but it might have.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you did everything you could, man. Yeah.
I try, man. I try. At the gym still now, I try. You know, people were like, oh, my leg hurts, my knee hurts, whatever, my shoulder, okay. All right, try this, try that, you know, because I've had all that stuff happen to me.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, it does feel better. I'm like, all right, cool, do it. And I'm like, hey, have you been doing your exercises? Oh, no. I'm like, all right, well, whatever.
Yeah.
I told you so.
Yeah, man.
No.
Yeah, dude, and I appreciate you, dude, and I'm sure a lot of people at the gym do too, dude. I remember my last fight I had, dude. I was like, remember when you were holding pads for me at the where were we at? Was it Long Beach or I don't remember.
No, it was
where
Long Beach. It was at the convention center.
Yeah, I remember. I signed up for that fight. I think like a few weeks out. It's all random. I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it, bro. And then I just was so nervous, bro. And the cut was so bad, the weight cut, you know. And I remember
That was a rough cut for you.
dude, and I remember just you were holding pads for me, and I just was like, I feel so tired, and you're just like, nah, bro, get it together. You're upset, so get it together. Go sit down and fucking get your nerves right.
Yeah, man, go down. Like, dude, the nerves. they're gonna be there. You just gotta let them do their thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna do it as soon as once you hear your name called, that's it. You got to put that behind you.
Facts.
Can't focus on the nerves because they're gonna be there. You just can't focus on it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the other guy don't give a shit. Like
No.
you're nervous. He's probably nervous too.
He probably is.
You know.
But
He's
yeah,
like
dude,
about to bang.
ever since I started going to Spider, bro, I always look to you and Frankie for guidance, bro. You know what I mean? It's like we've grown, we've gotten new members, but it's like even today, dude, whenever shit goes down, I'm always, you and Frankie are the first people to hear about it. You know what I mean? I'm always asking for your guys' advice, you know?
Yeah, it's been hard, man. It's hard. It's a lot harder than I thought. It's a lot different. The whole thing was a lot different than I thought it was going to be. I thought I'd just show up, make sure people check in, make sure no one makes a mess. But it's not that, you know, because you really come to care about these people, you know? And it's like you see them coming in and you see them every day. So you see their good days, you see their bad days, you see when they broke up with their chick, you see when their guy cheated on them, you see, you know, when they got fired from work, you see like they come to you like, hey, I can't pay, right? I gotta stop coming because I don't. All right, man. Well, you know, when can you get another job? Like I'm looking for a job right now. All right, what if we just float you for a month? How's that? Like we've done that. A lot of people like they lost their jobs and whatever. We've helped them out.
That's what I love about Spider, bro. Is like it's such a like just loving environment, you know?
Yeah, dude. Like we don't do it to make money. I mean, we don't make money. I haven't seen a dime from this gym. Like the only money I make from the gym is like when I sell something. And excuse me. It's I didn't expect it to be this way, you know. I didn't expect it to like be something where I would like grow my like little sphere of influence, you know what I'm saying? And like how I care about these people. Like everybody. I might not remember your name. I've been hitting the head a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
so but it doesn't mean I don't care about you or like what's going on, you know.
Doesn't mean you're not emotionally invested.
Yeah, for sure. Every single one of them, dude. Every single one of them. And like the culture that we build there, it's super important. Like we've told fighters that like promote the gym and like bring people into the gym with their fights. We told them, man, maybe it's time for you to train somewhere else. If you're not right for the culture there, like, nah, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Everyone there. No one person there, including Frankie and myself, is more important than the culture there because that's everything. That's why people step in and they're like, dude, everyone's super cool here. I'm like, well, yeah, that's how we made it.
Yeah.
You have to be that way. If you're not that way, then we don't want you here.
Yeah,
Dude, my homie heard about the gym and was just like, oh.
which do I know or
My
no?
homie Kevin, like, he used to be my house manager when I first got out of prison at my first rehab. And he trained Muay Thai back in the day and shit. Like, yeah, dude, those guys know how to bang shit over there. It's like different than other gyms too.
Bro, well, lately it hasn't been like, but when I first started, I mean, it was still loving and shit, but the training was like different, dude. There's a lot of fucking concussions, dude.
Well, it's like
The
West Side
sparring
Bar.
was
Like,
rough, yeah.
It was so. I mean,
dude, you had freaking like Andre and RJ and Chris and like
Mike.
Like you had a lot of guys there that were like, I think we all learned, dude. We all learned from those times. You don't have to like, you don't have to freaking go
Growing
that hard,
pains.
bro. You
Growing
don't have,
pains.
yeah.
There's days where you need to, but for the most part, you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, look, and Frankie's always been really good about making sure people don't go super hard. But I think we're a little bit more conscious of it now because we've grown so much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's like we have a lot of people there that don't want to fight and we don't want to scare people away. And kids do take the adult classes. So we don't want to like have people getting knocked out in front of a kid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
leaving
And
with
we
missing
don't,
teeth.
we don't separate like the fighters from the regulars. Like usually most gyms they have like a time for like people that are fighting, you know, or even if they're not fighting, they just are down for their shit, you know.
Yeah.
And then regulars, you know,
Like an
and,
advanced and a novice or something like
yeah.
that, if you
So
will.
usually like the pro classes, those are the fools that are like knocking each other out. But Frankie, since the beginning, has always been like the pros are training with the people, like the first day people. Like I want everyone to be welcomed. I don't want no one to feel like they're not allowed to do this or that, you know.
Mhm.
So I can see why the pivot happened, but dude, when I first started, dude, I used to like be like, oh man, it's Wednesday. I'm about to fucking
Get
get
knocked
dropped.
out.
Bro, I have a
Was
video.
Wednesday when the kick happened?
Yeah, that was the one. Oh no, with Andre, that was a Saturday. That was
That
we
was
weren't supposed to be
Saturday.
sparring, but
Bro, that
Most of the
kick-
injuries happen when you guys aren't supposed to be sparring, dude.
yeah. But I remember I have a video of this too. I think it was for my first fight with Frankie, dude. I was sparring with Mike, and Mike dropped me with like a body shot, and Frankie's like, "Get up!" He didn't let me take a liver shot, dude. Didn't let me take my break. Mike dropped me again with the left kick, right? A fucking cross left kick. Then he puts me against Pena, And like Pena drops me with the knee, dude. And the whole time, I'm trying to walk off the mat to breathe, and Frankie's like, "Not get in there."
Conditioning.
Yeah,
Conditioning,
dude.
bro.
Frankie he's consistent, dude. Like, he knows exactly what to do to get the best out of you. Like he knows how to talk to you. He knows how to push you.
Yeah.
Like his pad sessions are freaking brutal, dude. Like he won't stop. He'll slow down and let you catch your breath, and he'll speed you right back up. So it's like you'll never like, and you have to be like really passing out and really messing up for him to like, all right, stop. But he'll push you. But he knows that like he's so much experience. He knows how to like get you there and then like bring you back a little bit. It's just to, keep you going, to be able to get you, push you harder. And that's what we need to do, man. That's like what I do with the strength and conditioning. I push these guys. Like we have some like my workouts are pretty basic, but they're pretty gnarly, dude. Like
it's like 100 fucking push-ups, a fucking 60 of this.
100 pull. Like today was 100 pull-ups.
At once?
Not at once.
No, I don't care how you do it.
Or so is it like a circuit? Or just you're sitting there getting 100 pull-ups and then going to the next exercise?
However you want to do it.
Okay.
I don't care. Sometimes it's rounds, so it's like you have to go in order. But sometimes it's just, all right, give me 100 pull-ups, give me like, 10 suicides, like with cones, to those. I mean, to the like, I just do a whole thing.
It's all conditioning.
Fuck suicides.
It's a lot of mental too.
I hate suicides so much.
Yeah.
I have to go outside for those because like people cheat. They're like, no, faster. You got to go faster. Quit walking. Ooh, okay.
Yeah. We want to sidestep them and shit like that. Yeah.
You know who I've been paying attention to a lot lately, dude? Is Sid, bro. I've been holding pads for her. Like I've been trying to do it every day lately. She's been coming up, dude. I'm excited for her next fight. I think this next fight she's got, I think she's gonna show us some cool shit, bro.
Sydney is. If we would have gotten our hands on Sydney when we first opened up the gym, dude, especially for women. Women can fight a little bit older, but she's like in her mid 30s.
Oh, I don't even know how old she is.
Like in her mid 30s, right? So she's probably towards the end of the career, even though she's just starting it. If she would have started like when we opened the gym, like 7 years ago.
Killer.
She's a hard worker, bro. She's nice.
Dude, she's super humble. Such a hard worker, dude. And she's like physically, like her anatomy, the way she's made up is built for fighting, dude. Thin, long, but strong.
Muay Thai for
really
sure.
Strong legs, like good movement skills from dancing. Like she's got footwork.
Move her head.
Yeah, she's. We worked on that.
Head movement, not so much. She relies too much on her length for safety, but yeah, we're working on head movement too, which I'm glad.
No, she's working a lot. She's a lot better with head movement.
Yeah, that's funny that you brought that up because today I was working some slips with her. I was trying to teach her that fucking slip uppercut and fadeaway hook,
Yeah, that's a good one for her. The fadeaway hook is good.
Yeah, because I was like, this is good. Because I know her opponent she's got signed up for right now. She's supposed to be like more closer to her height, right? Yeah, so I was like, you're not going to be able to use your length.
If Sydney goes out there and fights her fight, I think she's going to.
Dude, that last fight, she fucking mollywopped that chick, dude.
Yeah, that chick comes from a strong gym too. That chick was pretty strong. And
she was hyped up, bro. And fucking, I didn't see it for no offense to her, that chick.
Sydney beat the shit out of her. Yeah.
It was bad. I'll see if I can get you the video so I can show you.
Her first punch dropped her, dude.
Yeah.
You like did one of those lunging like John Wayne Parr jabs.
That was a jab.
And just dropped her like on her back, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Hit her with a jab. But no, Sydney's she's the type of like temperament that you want.
Very calm.
She's really calm. She's super like humble. She's really competitive. You can tell.
You can think under pressure.
Yeah, she's
or just go into that like routine or whatever. You know what I mean? The automatic.
Yeah, she has nerves and like everybody else does and everything. And she didn't fight well at all her first fight, and it was all nerves. It was all nerves.
First fight, and plus she's still pretty fresh. I think she signed up for a first fight. I think she's barely like 6 months or 7 months.
She's been there about a year.
Was it?
Yeah, about a year. But I mean, ever since then, it's just been steadily improving after that. And she's such a hard worker, dude. I remember when we first started working together, like strength and conditioning and stuff. I said, all right, let's start with some push-ups. Let's do push-ups on like one of the big, huge like punching bags that's on the ground.
Oh, just put your knees on it.
No, just don't. Just put your hands on it. Like it's like a little bit of an incline, right? She could barely do she couldn't do 10 in a row. She could do like maybe 2 or 3. Oh my god, my arms are so weak. Now her workouts, she's doing like 40 push-ups, like 5 rounds, amongst other things.
Yeah.
Pull-ups, she couldn't do a pull-up. She's like ripping off like I think 5 pull-ups in a row now, like easy.
Yeah, I remember when she was working towards getting a push-up, dude.
That's the most gratifying feeling in the world is being able to do pull-ups.
Hey, dude, if you're hanging off a cliff, you better be able to do at least one, dog. You know what I mean? That's what I always tell people, bro.
That was like when I knew I was like getting strong in life, because like getting out of prison, it was all just like mainly like chest, arm, stuff, like the prominent shit, basically, not a lot of bar work. And now I'm like ripping like 20 pull-ups if I want, shit like that. And the feeling's like I'm gonna survive in the apocalypse. Probably not, but like he said, I can pull myself up from a cliff.
Yeah, someone falling off a cliff.
So what got you to start training martial arts?
So I was always into sports. I liked, I was a football player, and I did track. I did like shot put and discus and stuff like
track?
That. Yeah,
sick. That's what I did.
That's a whole
shot put and discus.
Shot put and discus. Yeah. No, shot put and discus is a cheat code to track.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You don't have to run a lot.
I thought it was running.
But dude, chucking a disc, I got hit by a disc.
I got hit by a disc too.
Wait, what
that
shot
shit
put?
fucking hurts.
Is that where you throw like the ball or
the
what?
Ball?
Yeah, the
discus is the disc, or like the fucking vinyl record.
I did good, man. I was pretty good.
Did you ever do hammer throw?
No, hammer throw.
I always wanted to fucking do that.
I wanted to do it until I saw somebody do it, and like they dislocated their hip because they stepped wrong. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do that.
The weight goes where your
like,
body's
the force is just so crazy, dude. Yeah, the footwork is really, really nuts too. But that was again one of my other bad decisions. Like I just quit. I started at Golden West. I was at Golden West College, and I was going to do
shot put and discus.
Yeah, I was going to do. I wanted to do. I was on the team practicing with shot put and discus, and
they have a good track team.
Yeah, it was cool, man. I had a good time over there, and it just I met a lot of like fighters there. They used to because Tank and Tito and all those guys. They're all HB like Golden West College guys. Yeah. They used to be there training in the rooms and stuff. And
H.M. McFadden. I didn't meet any shit like Golden West, dude. But I was taking night classes. And I was taking music. So
bro, you took night classes where Kayla took classes at. That's like right by where Tito was at back in the day, but not when we were there.
It's probably just my classes because it's all music and oriented. It's all nerds and stuff.
I mean, it was weird, like just being around all those people and then seeing where they got to, and it's like, all right, like I wondered like how I would have fared if I would have just stayed stuck with it,
Yeah,
I mean, if you're just, you know what I mean. Tito is not a great place to be at for the most part. I mean, where's Chuck Liddell from?
Yeah,
is he from out here?
He's like slow, right? I think San Luis Obispo on there.
San Luis Obispo. No, dude, a lot of those old fighters like that are just because the medical and you want to call it like the discussions about like what can happen to you long term. It just wasn't there. Man.
A lot of those older fighters, just in general, any type of sport, you're wearing shit down.
Yeah, man. A lot of these guys. I met a lot of these guys when I was younger, like, and I first started training jiu-jitsu. So how I started training martial arts, I was just not doing anything. And my buddy started training Orange. I think it was like Franco Di Gianmarco in Orange. And he's like, oh, there's another gym we can go to. It's called, it was called Brazilian Martial Arts. It was on Beach.
The one on fucking Slater?
Yeah,
OTP is Slater. Where OTP is now.
Yeah.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, OTP is still there.
It's called Brazilian Martial Arts. And there was a bunch, they had a bunch of different guys training there. Like Ken Gravelson was doing it for a little while, and there was like this guy Brad that was doing it for a while.
Just like, I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's like half that strip mall next to the Chevron, right?
Yeah, I think it's a chiropractor now or something.
Oh,
like that.
I know where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where it was. That's where they started training. Him and another buddy of mine were training there, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it. And then they moved when my first jiu-jitsu coach was this guy Fabiano Ija. When he first came from Brazil, like barely knew any English, and he got set up to where he was using the back room of the Gold's Gym on Beach.
Okay.
So they moved all the old equipment off into this little corner, and then the rest of it was like his gym.
For how many days a week, or just for indefinitely?
For every day. Like it was just his, because it was like an old storage space. So he was renting it basically.
All right, for sure.
So it was in the back of the Gold's Gym, like in the back.
That's lit.
And that's where I first started training jiu-jitsu there. And then I trained there for a while, and the whole stuff with my dad, and I stopped training. And then, but I always kept up on like, MMA and stuff like that. Then my buddy Brian, I met him. I was working at a sporting goods store, and I was still in college. And we started like, I would like freaking pay like a ridiculous amount of money to get the Pride DVDs from Japan. So because
that was pre-internet.
I didn't have DirecTV. That's
OG
the only way you
Fedor
get it.
fights and shit like that.
All those ones,
Bro.
all the UFCs and stuff. Like I had cable, and they were off of cable.
Yeah,
you could only get it on
Pride
DirecTV.
was not on cable.
It was only on DirecTV, and I didn't have DirecTV. So I was like, I would spend it was like $80 to get a DVD.
$80 back then. That was like $200 in today's fucking.
Nuts, dude. It was nuts.
But that's tight as fuck, dude.
You still got those DVDs?
I don't know, somewhere. I think my ex-wife might have tossed them or something.
Damn, ouch.
But yeah.
That's not a nice lady to do something like that.
Those
freaking like Japanese subtitles and everything.
Yeah.
It's like so bootleg, dude.
Oh my god, it's I love shit like that.
Yeah,
the
dude.
struggle,
so bootleg,
dude. Watching fighting
like
back in
no
the day.
intro, none of that stuff. It was just like you put it in, and it's like chapter 1, boom, fight. Okay, there we go. It's a fight.
Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy.
Is there like
dude.
cool like DVD screen music like?
Yeah,
like extra like or like metal or shit like that.
They had Easter eggs in them too sometimes. Yeah, that's stuff that you can find.
So
But yeah, I still kept up with MMA, and then I think it was like 06 or 07, something like that. He's like, "Hey, fucking Shootbox is coming to Huntington Beach. There's gonna be a Shootbox gym opening up." Really? And so he went and checked it out, and I was already working at AT&T. I was working at their corporate office. And he's like, "Oh, dude, this guy. His name is Junior Ghazi, and he's like the Shootbox affiliate for Shootbox USA type of thing, right? Or Ghazi Academy." And that's when I started. Like he trained there for a little bit, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna freaking go.
Yeah.
So I went there and tried it out. I didn't want to say like, yeah, I used to train before. Because that's when like people are like, oh, let's see how good you are.
That's when they try to beat you up, bro.
Yeah, that's why
happens today too.
Yeah, when people walk in, like, yeah, I want to be a fighter. All right, we'll see.
Let me test you real quick.
Yeah, I knew
Heart
not
check.
to do that. Yeah, I just walked in there.
You go to a new gym, don't tell them where you're from.
Don't tell me you used to
unless
train.
you're invited from like you have a friend that goes there and they invite you and it's all good, dude.
Or if you walk in,
Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
right.
That's
exactly what happens, dude.
Like, hey man, I'm just I want to drop in. I'm gonna be moving to the area. I'm checking out gyms. I train at this gym. Like, like that's cool. You walk in there and you say, hey, I'm just looking to like
You're not name dropping.
Come
you're
respectfully.
You're giving a history.
Yes.
Well, the second you tell them you're from another gym and you just want to check it out, it's like they're sizing you up. And if you're sparring that day, it's like
you got to be super respectful, bro.
Yeah.
Like, because the thing is like it's a total dick move. If you're like, nah, I've never trained before, and you pull out some like freaking like weather beaten like boom gloves and like it's like whoa,
throwing spinning kicks
Jackie Chan,
flying
calm
knees
down.
and shit.
Like why do you got a freaking mouth guard that's got your blood in it? Dude?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell,
Rumble in the Bronx.
Yeah,
Like, come
right.
on, dog.
Chill.
You're supposed to be working at a
Chill, chill.
supermarket. What are you doing? Fucking never
It's
go to the
it's
store.
a culture, man. It's interesting.
That'd be way worse if you just come out and say, hey man, I just want to check your gym out. Like
And
I'm
beat
new
the
to
shit out
the
of them.
area.
Yeah.
And if you come respectful like that, it's chill. So like after like a couple of rounds of like doing the drills and stuff, the coach would be like, hey, you used to train before. Where you used to train? And
Then it's a conversation.
yeah, then it's like,
not a
yeah, I
flex.
trained before. I don't want to like, I just wanted to be respectful, of like your gym and stuff. Like, oh, okay, that's fine. But I'll put you with somebody else because that's how you learn more training with somebody.
You're total grappling.
That's exactly how Brazilians talk right
I was just
there.
gonna say you're total grappling, dude. The sickest Brazilian accent
That's how
ever,
they talk,
dude.
bro.
Well, my neighbors are Brazilian, so I hear him talk.
So
Fucking-
I remember this one time, right? I hadn't trained in a while because my schedule changed. At AT&T, they used to switch your schedule every 6 months.
The fuck?
Yeah,
Pretty
I got a
random.
whack ass schedule, so I was working at night. I was like, fuck. So I didn't train. I could have probably trained in the morning, but like I lived in Cyprus at the time, then to go all the way to Huntington Beach, and then come back home, and then go to Cerritos to freaking work. Like it's a lot of driving.
Oh, you gotta go twice. You gotta go 3
I gotta
times
go.
as
I
far.
gotta go up and back twice, basically.
Yeah.
So, he's like, I told him like this is kind of a dick move. But I told him to stop payment. Like I can't train for like 6 months or whatever. But he kept charging me like I was a dumbass. I didn't like check or whatever. So that he actually gave me a nickname. He started calling me sponsor because I was paying, but I wasn't coming. So I wasn't part of. I was just a sponsor, right?
Such a Brazilian thing
such a
to
Brazilian
do.
thing, bro. Whatever. You know what? It is what it is.
Super
It's like,
blunt, like just at your neck.
like that's how Frankie met me as sponsor. So he's like, sponsor, we're going to have a picture day. So make sure to come. It's a Sunday. It's going to be real nice, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. So I show up with my gi, whatever. We show up for like, and they're doing like a little like ceremony and stuff like that. And then I see another school roll up, and I'm like, yo, what the hell is this? And they're like, yeah, we're going to have a tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, he ain't going to pick me because
I've been here in like 4 months.
I've been training like 3 and 4 months,
Straight Yu Hakusho
Okay,
shit.
you first.
He rolls in, he's like, sponsor, we don't have anybody to fight heavyweight. You're going to have to fight. And I'm like, all right, cool, man, that's cool. And inside I was like, oh.
It's
Like
almost
some
like
big
I
old
just had.
Hawaiian dude. I'm like, all right, well, let's fucking do it.
Damn.
Right?
He's like, I just had 3 cheeseburgers before I showed up.
Nah, I knew better, dude.
I'm
I
not
knew we were
ready.
gonna do some drills. And no, we had a fight, whatever. Like we had
How'd
a
you
match,
do?
whatever. It was a tie.
Okay.
It was pretty good. I was on top most of the time,
Yeah,
But
respectable.
yeah, it was cool. I fought well. I think I put him on the defense most. It's like, I can't play defense. My defense isn't tight. I haven't been training. I gotta go full offense, bro.
Yeah.
Like full speed ahead. And I was
Press
just
his
trying.
ass.
I was
Full
trying
send.
everything, bro. And afterwards, he's like, sponsor, you bad for business, sponsor. Train for 6 months. You come here and you beat his ass. It's like, why do I have to train? Look at sponsor. He comes here and he trains and he wins. And I'm like, I didn't even win though, bro. Like, that was pretty funny. That's how Frankie met me. That's how Frankie met me though.
Yeah.
Frankie met me as sponsor. That's how he first knew me as sponsor.
So did you think that nickname meant something else? Or?
No, I knew exactly what it meant. Yeah,
Are you in AA? Because if not, then there's no other meaning for sponsor.
The guys there
Could be Brazilian for something, bro.
Dude, they
No.
call. So okay, they had the most.
You're Portuguese,
fucked
my
up
bad.
Okay, look, I'm Mexican, bro. Mexicans have the most fucked up nicknames. Whatever is wrong with you,
That's
they'll
what they're
fucking-
calling
That's your
you.
nickname,
Yeah.
right? Same thing at the gym. There was this fucking like one of the only Asian dudes,
No.
and what
Gino?
his nickname was Jackie Chan, bro.
Shut the
I
fuck.
swear to
What's
Christ.
wrong with being
What year
Asian
was
though? You just said what's wrong with you. The most thing that's wrong with you is what you're called.
That's
Well,
no,
what
it's
year?
like, but like it's like the most like obvious thing is Jackie
Wait a
Chan.
minute, I would feel good if they called me Jackie Chan. He's a beast.
There was a guy they called Stinky Mike.
Hell yeah.
Bro, it's like
Hell
everyone
yeah.
had the most jacked up nicknames.
What year was it with Jackie Chan? Because I got to look up Jackie Chan movies in that year.
07, probably. It was like by Rush Hour 2, maybe.
Ooh, 2007. I think that was Rush Hour 3. 2007. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see if he was a good Jackie Chan year or not when he was being called Jackie Chan.
Was there ever a bad Jackie Chan year?
All his movies are legit, bro. Even the porn he did.
man.
I mean, the tuxedos. The tuxedos in 2007.
That's probably the worst he's done. But it was
literally
bad.
the only bad movie Jackie
Yeah.
Chan's
What
done.
was before that, though?
Everything good. Did you ever
Everything
see-
was good.
Yeah.
I
Did you ever
can't.
see that movie where he's like
Rush
running
Hour
from the
3.
cops and then he does like that 360 into a parking spot?
Yeah.
He actually did that.
actually did that,
Allegedly.
yeah. What?
Yeah, so there's a movie that he did where he's running from the cops in a parking structure and there's like an open space between
Oh,
two
that's Rumble in
cars.
the Bronx.
That's Rumble in the
I
Bronx?
think that he
Yeah.
jumps. He does some pretty crazy fucking jump
He
and
like
breaks his
spins
leg.
it and parks it.
Oh, he's in a
He's
car.
driving
No,
a car.
Yeah.
okay, no, I'm sorry. Nothing.
Dude, that shit was gangster. And then when I heard that, or when I read he was driving it, I was like, what a thug, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
That was his
He's
own
crazy.
stunts.
But yeah, there was Jackie Chan. There was Stinky Mike. I'm not trying to think of the other ones.
That's what we should call fucking Agu, bro, with his gloves.
Ah, dude.
This fool like has the nastiest gloves, bro.
Al Pacino.
Huh?
This guy, he looked like Al Pacino.
Oh,
kind
that's
of like a
fucked
bootleg
up.
Al Pacino. They
That's
call it Al
fucked
Pacino.
up.
Like there was a bunch
my
of
God.
freaking nicknames, bro. A bunch of nicknames.
That's what we gotta do at Spider. We gotta start giving people nicknames, dude.
Like there's some bad ones, bro. I'm like,
You can't do that. It's 2023, dog.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's facts.
27,
That's
bro.
facts,
You can't do that.
You can't call somebody.
We're gonna get one bad Yelp review away from shutting business.
There was a guy we called him Dreamer. He was an older Hawaiian dude.
Oh, he was Hawaiian?
Older Hawaiian guy. Yeah, he was real nice. His name was Russ. Real good dude. But he would never tap. Ever. And he would get put to sleep. And they called him Dreamer.
That's probably not good.
That's a pretty cool reason to have
What if he got armbar? He just would let it snap?
Yeah, he would not tap, ever.
So you just let it go.
I've got him like in chokes and stuff and like arm locks and stuff. And I just let it go. Yeah. I knew he wasn't going to tap.
Kind of weird.
Like for me, it's like as long as I got it sunk in and I got good position and he's not getting out and I kind of put a little bit of pressure on it, okay, then I'll let it go because I know I have it.
Yeah.
But I've always been that way. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to hurt, especially my training partners.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. But like if you're an idiot and don't tap, like you learn the lesson, you know, man.
Sometimes.
But like I would never do that. If I felt it like it was strong, I would hold it there and wait for them to struggle out. If they weren't moving, I'm like, I would tell them though.
My dreamer growing up were Takatos. That was my type of dreamers back then. We're just like, holy fuck, dude, look at this guy giving me life knowledge and falling asleep at the same time.
Yeah,
the greatest shit ever.
Hilarious, dude.
I feel like that sometimes, dude.
Yeah, so then Frankie came in to be because we had a bunch of different striking coaches come in and out, you know, because the way Brazilians do.
I wouldn't know. I don't have any Brazilian friends, but
I have no Brazilian friends, but the people that come into the gym in my apartment since I've lived there, a lot of them are Brazilian. A lot of them just fucking poof.
Yeah, it's like into the jiu-jitsu world. It's like a thing where like they're a little tougher to do business with.
It definitely kind of seems.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some stories and like, I've known Brazilian people that are super chill too. So it's like, I think it's just a business thing or a jiu-jitsu thing.
My neighbors were tight. The ones that always be yelling sometimes at night, blah, blah, blah. They're fucking super cool. But then like the random ones in the gym, because like I had a very religious gym schedule for a long time at my apartments. And like Mondays, it was always like this guy that would have like a chick come in and do some type of like weird boxing training in like an apartment gym. So it was basically from like his window to like window over there and like same lengthwise. Well, fuck it, because when he come in, it was like 9:30 at night. There's not a lot of people there. Like I'll work around. It's cool. Yeah. But then he'd always have a new chick like every fucking 3-4 months.
Yeah. The Brazilians are not, they know how to stack them.
Lots of different reasons why it might be a new chick every 3-4 months.
Stack them like hoe cakes, dude.
I don't know why, but that just made me think of like what's that fucking page? It's like it's with shitty boxing coaches, you know.
Oh yeah,
what's that page called?
I forgot what it's called.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
You just boxing,
like whack ass like pad holders. And
it's
stuff.
like coaches. So when you're holding pads, I'll explain because I know Trey probably doesn't know. Like you want to mimic like where you're really gonna be hitting, right? So you want to hold it like right in front of your face. You don't want to hold a hook like weird. You want to just turn. You know, you want to catch it as close to realistic as you can. But there's like coaches that they're holding the pads all the way over here and like down here and just
extra
shitty fucking just pad holding, bro.
That and like the memorization.
Combination
like stuff like dude, like no one's gonna throw a 13 punch combination, bro.
Yeah,
stop.
They're not correcting like bad form or anything. They're like, good job. I don't know if they're doing it for the money or they're just that shitty at coaching. You know,
they just know like they just think that whole Floyd Mayweather thing where they would have like this memorized thing.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, that's pad holding. So they would just, it's like if you can do like a 15 50 punch combination, like that, you're a real good paddler. Like, no.
So you got good memory. Teaching him anything but cardio at that point.
Yeah. But so yeah, Frankie showed up as a striking coach, and I pretty much right away we were real chill, and then
it's the bald heads, bro.
I think
the bald heads unite.
I think he had a freshly bald head. I'm not sure.
Oh, he just started bald and cutting it.
Yeah, we started just, we would hang out at the fights, we go to fights and hang out. He was real chill, dude. And like, he would, he hit me up and he had an issue at the gym. I don't want to get too much into it. That's his business, but he had an issue at the gym. And I was like, fuck, get the fuck out of there, bro. Like, that's bullshit. And that was the gym that I trained at. You know what I'm saying? At the time I had a business and I was like back and forth between here and Tampa. I was in Florida and he called me. He's like, yo, this is what's happening. And I'm like, I don't know, bro. That's not chill. Like, personally, like if I was you, I would just dip and like something on my own, And he ended up doing that. And that's when he went to I think it was there. And then you can bleep that out. I don't think he wanted to say the name of the gym.
Was that before he met like Pena and all them? Because I think he met Pena
there
at that gym, right? Yeah.
I was training partners with Pena. I've known Pena more than I've known Frankie.
Oh, that's crazy.
He was at the gym before, yeah.
Yeah.
Pena, RJ, all those guys, like I knew them.
Didn't know that. Okay. And so then he went to this other gym and he brought those guys with him, or?
Yeah, I mean, those guys went with him. Like Pena went with him, and he was actually training. I don't want to tell Frankie stories. I'll let him tell them. Yeah. But like it looks like the split happened, right? And
Ism.
Yeah, and it's like I already had that thing with because look, I'll be honest with you, freaking Junior Ghazi, he was always really cool to me.
Yeah,
you know.
Besides the charging you.
Besides the charging thing.
Just
but like, you know, we went out, hung out. Like I went over to his house to watch fights. Like we went out and got pokey, acai bowls. Like I wouldn't say we were homies, but like it was chill. Like we had
gym activities.
Yeah. We had done like outside activities, not just gym activities. I had some stuff going on at a job I was at, and he gave me some advice, you know. So it's like he was always real chill with me, but I saw how he was treating other people that I was real chill.
I heard some bad stories.
I didn't like it, man. I didn't like it at all.
Not even from our people, but from other people that went there. I heard some stories, dude.
I didn't like that too much. And
different culture though.
It was a rough freaking gym, dude. Like it was a rough gym, man. Like I remember this one time he was gone. I think he was in Brazil, and there was this I forgot it, but he something Silva, right?
Course.
Anderson Silva.
Imagine.
No, it was a different. It was a different guy. It was nothing with Silva though. I forgot his first name.
There's got to be so many goddamn Silvas.
He was.
That's like a common Brazilian name, dude.
Yeah,
the most.
It's like Smith in Brazil. But like he was training, and he was huge. He was a heavyweight, or like a big guy, and he was training, and he like legitimately knocked Chris out in the cage that we had.
Training?
Yeah, he knocked him out.
Like on purpose or accident?
Yeah, like he was like flexing or what? Him, right? I guess
I like Andre.
So then, like, I mean, me and a couple other guys were like, "Fuck this, dude! We got to go get him out of there, dude." And I remember I pushed him, like freaking what was his name? I pushed him out of the way, and I grabbed, like we grabbed. My hands were on Chris pulling him out of the cage. Yeah, like he's gonna fucking knock me out. I said, "Fuck it," you know. He's gonna knock me out. He didn't.
No, he stopped.
He didn't do anything after.
I don't know I think you told me the story. It was either you or Pena told me the story of like how Gaza was sparring some Russian dude or something.
Here we go,
started
dude.
beating the shit out of him because he said something about his wife or something.
Oh no! So
or his chick.
Was it a Russian guy?
Or his mom?
I think it was a Russian guy.
Oh yeah, he got beat up.
So what happened was he was just joking with Junior. He was joking with him, and he was like, "Hey, if I can go like 3 minutes without you tapping me, can I get my blue belt?" And he had just started. He was like a wrestler guy. And he choked him out. Junior choked him out. And then he woke him up, like smacking him in the face, like hard, like slapping him and backhanding him hard, like bang, like hard, like stiff shots. He woke him up and he's all right, let's go again. He didn't let him rest. And he would choke him out again, like dirty guillotines, like right on the throat. So he passed out. And then he would wake him up. The guy's eyes were all fucked up. And I was like, man, I don't want to be a part of this, dude. But the thing is like, if you say anything, like you're next, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that was the culture there. And like, look, I'm telling you something right now. Chris was a fucking beast. He is still a beast, partially because of that. But I think he could have still gotten there without that.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot of like, it was a super toxic like environment there.
You know what's funny is I did a pod with Chris last week, which I'm starting to edit right now, and he brought up how he wishes he knew the things he knew now, so he would train people different and train different. Because I brought up how when I first met him, how like he would beat the shit out of me, bro, Chris. But it's nothing wrong with it because it made me a lot better, bro. Especially with the clench. Chris is good at the clench, bro.
Yeah, he's good. He's strong.
I remember I went up to him one day and because we used to not train clench a lot when Frankie was super in the Dutch, you know, like a few years ago, like 4-ish, 5-ish years ago. So I remember I went up to Pena and I was like, hey, can you teach me some clenching stuff? Dude, he would beat the shit out of me in the clench, like to the point where I have videos where my hands are down. I just don't want any more of it. He'll be holding me up on my neck and just kneeing me, you know? And I brought that up and he just was like, yeah, he's like, how I was taught how to train. He's like, I continued that cycle, you know? He's like, now I own my own gym and I see that that's not the right way to do it, you know? And I just was like, you know, when you brought up that story with Gaza, I'm just like, you know, it totally makes sense, you know?
It's tough, man. It was a tough environment, dude. Like, even if he saw you, like if he saw two guys like not going hard on each other, you know, he would get pissed. He would get really pissed off. Like, hey, it's just blood time. You have to train. And I'm like, oh.
To the death.
I mean, Brazilian accent out of you is fucking on point.
I don't see someone get knocked out, then I don't see training.
Nah, dude, like he wanted us to choke each other out and like do all kinds of crazy stuff, dude. Like
it's wild, dude.
It's wild, bro. Yeah. Chris and I I only grappled with Chris a couple times.
Yeah.
Because he was like off with the fighters. But like I've always been strong, dude. Like from when I was a little kid. Like I had a brother 2 years older than me. And like we would fight and it was like I would win a lot, you know, because even though he was older than me, like I was just strong, you know.
Is that dad strength as a child?
I guess, dude. I don't know. Like, but I was always real aggressive as a kid, like real aggressive. And there's one time, so we used to live in Norwalk, right? Like this hood ass part of Norwalk.
What part of Norwalk?
The one ways, bro.
You were at the one ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to Dolland, so I'd walk from one ways to Dolland.
I had homies from like termites and shit like that when I was locked up. Like one of my pinochle partners was from termites. Bro, the stories he would tell about the one ways in Norwalk were fucking super cool.
Yeah. All right, check this out. When I was a kid, in the one ways, we couldn't order pizza delivery.
No, yeah.
Is that bad?
Yeah,
dude, he would bring that up.
They would go there.
Yes, he'd constantly bring. It was like I was probably like mid 20s, and this fool was like early 30s, and he jumped off the porch kind of young.
Yeah.
So same exact thing. He's like, bro, I'd have to walk to Pizza Hut.
Or we'd walk to the gas station, like to the 76 station, and then the guy would pull up there, like the Domino's guy, and he would like there'd be like three other dudes just chilling there, like, oh, you got pizza too? All right, cool. And then they would just give our pizza there.
Sick.
That's where we lived. You know,
ways are. I mean, it's like I don't know, dude.
It's like five dead end streets.
Yes.
They call the one ways because it's one and you don't come out, dude. Like,
all cul-de-sacs, dog. Fucking know your territory.
Gotta know your shit, homie.
So we that's where I lived, and we were walking home from school, and these two guys were picking on my brother. I don't know if they might have the same grade. So I'm thinking he's probably like fifth grade. I'm like third grade or second and fourth. So I'm like, he's 2 years older than me, right?
Yeah.
And so these guys were like picking on my brother because my brother, like he kind of took a little later in life to come into his own. He was a little awkward. Like he was a real smart, real book smart, you know. He got picked on. But these two guys were picking on him, and I was like, man, fuck these guys, you know. Like I'll fight with my brother all day, but like if something fucking.
I'm allowed to make fun of it.
You're
not allowed to make fun of it.
Third grade. How old are you? 8, right?
Fucking that's right around there.
Yeah, these guys are 10, like 2 years. I mean, that's a big difference.
When you're that young, yeah.
I freaking tackled both of those fools, and I was just freaking bombing on both of them. Bang.
And their older homies or older brothers from the one ways or what?
No, it was just me banging on two guys.
They're one way to fucking the ER. That was one way.
My brother was like, he's just like looking at me. He's like, "You're dumb. Like, what are you doing fighting?" I'm like, "Bro, run! Like, fuck, I'm fucking
Ricky."
Dude, right? And then these fucking these guys get up and they're like, "Oh shit! Like, you want to fight us?" Like, "Oh man, you're cool, man." I'm like, "The fuck,
dude, heart
fucking
check.
shake your hand, dude.
Heart check,
Get the fuck out of here.
That's
fuck out of here, man."
You're taking me back to like my weird homeless days back I was like living in South Central and shit. You saw that all the time. It was so fucking funny to watch.
It's crazy, dude. Like, I don't.
Boys being boys, dog.
Exactly.
I've been in so many fights, dude. I've been in so many fights when I was young. Like, just school, like being out places. Like, it's just, and it's like, I must have a punchy face that people like want to fight me. I don't know.
Or do you have a little bit of a fucking, when someone snaps at you, you're quick to say like, hey, fuck you, dude.
The blunt, maybe it's because of the bluntness.
I guess. Bluntness I don't take a lot of shit, you know? But honestly, I'll tell you something right now. Ever since I started training, I haven't gotten into any fights.
That's facts though, bro. And that's one thing I tell a lot of my friends that have kids that are like getting in trouble in school for fighting or whatever.
Training, bro.
It sounds counterintuitive, but it's like, trust me, they're not going to want to fight once they learn how to fight.
Wait,
people that know how to fight don't usually.
No, not that part. Back it up a little bit.
Counterintuitive?
Who's in school? The parents or the kids?
Kids.
The kids.
Kids. All right, for sure. I'm sorry. I was thinking of like the that weird.
No, my homie.
Mom and shit.
That weird Anaheim. It's Anaheim thing,
Let's
baby.
Let's get ready to rumble.
16 and pregnant. Anaheim, baby.
No, my homies and like they got kids, you know, Chin and stuff. I mean, not Chin's kids specifically because he's a good kid, dude, Mikey, but. You know, I have friends that they have kids that have behavioral problems. You know, I always tell them, bro, put them in martial arts. I know you think they're going to use what they know to their friends or their people they don't like, but trust me, they're going to get humbled real fucking quick, dude, and they're going to understand I'm a small fish, dude, you know?
Dude, also, like, the thing is, I know how I felt at
Vulnerable.
19 or 20, starting to train, thinking I was a badass, being in shape, right? And these smaller guys are beating the shit out of me. I'm like, fuck. So when I started to train and I started to like learn what to do, it's like, it's not even, it wouldn't even be a fight. Like if I'm in a bar or a party or whatever, I'm not going to fight anybody that's been drinking. Like, it's not fair. Like it's not even, I've bought so many drinks for people, bro. I've bought so many drinks for people that did wrong to me. I'm like, yo, man, let me buy you a drink, bro. We'll just squash all this. Have a good time. Oh, cool. All right. I've done that so much, dude. Like, I remember the only time I've fought somebody since then wasn't even a fight. I was in Vegas with my ex-wife.
The Mecca.
So we're walking, right? And this guy, I think I had my grappling t-shirt on or something, like the Ghazi shirt or whatever. And this guy's like, oh yeah, man, I'll fucking take you down. Like a guy that's like selling helicopter rides or whatever, right? I must have been in a bad mood because maybe I lost a bunch of money or whatever. It must have been because we were walking like a long way.
You're not walking in the casino.
You're walking outside,
the
yeah. So we're walking, and I was like, whatever, dude. You're gonna do shit. He's like, come on, man, I'll take you down. And I said, hey, man, I said, where I'm from, you don't say that unless you're actually gonna do it. And the guy's like,
you shoot?
Nah, there was another dude. He looked just like Dougie Fresh.
Wait a minute.
His partner, like,
he did the dance and everything.
With the iPad. Oh, no, Slick Rick. I'm so... God damn it. I wish you would have said Slick Rick with the eye patch. That would be sick with the eye patch.
So,
Dougie Fresh comes at you.
Dougie Fresh starts like being like, what, motherfucker, what? I'm like, dude, fuck you, dude. I was all pissed. It was hot. I was walking. I fucking probably lost a bunch of money. So he's like running at me, right? And I got so angry at my ex-wife, dude. She grabbed my right arm and she tried to pull me. And I'm like, no.
Bink.
So I threw my left and I hit him right on the freaking chin and he just went like this, fell right on his face. And I'm like, let's go.
And now you can grab you.
Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And I told her, it's like, do never, ever grab me.
Very
ever.
important for women
Don't
to know
get in
this.
between me and another guy. Don't grab me because you're helping him
Yeah.
if you're grabbing me.
Plus, it's also putting you in a
dangerous position.
A position of like, I have to do something now.
Yeah, don't get in front of me. Like, don't get in between us. Don't start screaming and yelling. Just sit back there and make sure my head doesn't bounce off the fucking pavement. That's it.
Well, it's like, dude, it's like back to what you said earlier about once you learn how to fight, you stop like being more aggressive, dude. Jordan Peterson, he talks about how like you don't want to be with the docile man. It's like you want to be with an animal that chooses to be docile. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's a difference between being peaceful and being harmless. Yeah. There's no virtue in being harmless because that's not a choice. If you're peaceful, but you're capable. That's virtuous because you're choosing to control it. And that element of control is what builds character. It doesn't build character being weak and not being able to defend yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't train or nothing. I know I'm not that great of a fighter, but there comes a point is if I'm with my old lady and someone's like, oh yeah, hey, fuck you. Guess what? I'll pick up a rock and just fucking hit you with it.
No, I don't think he meant more so the trend. I think it's more so a mentality.
Well,
like,
no, that's what I'm saying, though. It's just the idea of like
you
want somebody that's going to want to protect you one way or another, whether it be verbally, physically, like you can mentally, telekinetic, fuck somebody up. Fucking choice on you.
Gun sometimes, but
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a good example though, because sometimes people with guns make very bad mistakes, dude.
No, you definitely guns you can't really put into that mix because that's what changed the 2010s.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that statement back.
I block that one back.
Yeah,
guns are like, dude. I just I understand the value, but it's
the principle.
It's the control aspect. There's not the control there. A lot of people they feel that's their. They have the wrong control. I have control over your life right now. So that's not control.
It's also environment based.
True.
Like if I'm in Cyprus, I'm pretty sure I can want to fist fight somebody as of when I was younger. So like 2009 era, between like 2006, 2009, I could want to fight somebody in Cyprus, parts of Anaheim, you know what I mean? As we're talking Orange County. Mm-hmm. Cyprus, Anaheim, Brea, Yorba Linda, Huntington Beach, like all those areas, and then South County. You wouldn't have to worry about somebody pulling out a gun. Mm. East Side Anaheim, Santa Ana, downtown.
Don't do that.
Golden West, like where Golden West Hood was in Santa Ana, like all that, no.
Yeah.
Even when I was in high school, because you knew if I wanted to fight you, your homie might pull some fucking random shout and smoke my ass.
Yeah.
Or pistol whip me. One of the two.
Yeah. If you're lucky.
Yeah, exactly. If
Bro,
you're lucky.
oh my God. Okay, so I was in high school, junior high school, like end of elementary school, junior high school in Cyprus. And right across the street, like from Cyprus, is Hawaiian Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Hawaiian Gardens is much better now after because they got the casino and everything because they were able to get their police department back.
Well, I mean, Hawaiian Gardens,
the HG, bro.
HG was not Hawaiian Gardens originally. It was something different. It was called Hate Gang.
Dude, I'm telling you, Hawaiian Gardens, they
gentrified it.
Bro, look, they didn't have a police department. So if you called 911, you would get like either Lakewood Sheriff or you would get LA Sheriffs. So they would have to go from Lakewood through Long Beach into Hawaiian Gardens. It took at the very least 15 minutes for them to get there. So there's so it's like how many patrol cars are going to want to come all the way over there and then go through another district, right, to get to Hawaiian Gardens? Like, no one wanted to do that.
Yeah. Not Long Beach either, because I mean...
Long Beach wouldn't come.
From when you were that age...
to worry about in Long Beach.
My, like, mental aspect and all that, like, they were not trying to drive through all that, because they'd probably get pulled into something else pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right,
Go for it.
Yeah, man. Hawaiian Gardens, bro. That was tough.
Yeah,
that was tough back in the day.
I had an ex that lived right behind the casino, right there by the park.
Yeah.
And like her dad caught us like almost fucking one time and like scared the life out of me. But then there was like once or twice he'd like tell random stories when I'd be over there and he'd be like, "This place sucked dick."
Dude, Hawaiian Gardens was. I remember before the casino, it was like this big open air market, like a poor boys, like a almost like a farmer's market, but like not like a farmer's market. It was like an open air market, a big barn, right in the same area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like behind where the 7-Eleven is and shit like that.
Yeah. The 7-Eleven was there still. Like,
that's fucking wild to think about.
The Taco San Pedro that's on the corner was actually further down on a little spot. They didn't even have any tables. It was just a counter and it was to go.
Was it on Lincoln?
No, it was still on Carson, the same spot.
Yeah, Carson. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this is in the same spot, yeah.
But closer toward the bridge, like where
It
Forest Lawn is?
In. Yeah, it was further in, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It was maybe like a couple lights down. I think it was like right, not on Juan Street.
Okay.
But like where that Marisco's place is. Like right before that. Across from like where the old Henry's shoes used to be.
Oh, okay. I think there used to be like a weird cafe, like diner, kind of close to that also.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, you're taking me back so far right now. I'm only 32, so like I've been going down that because my grandpa died when I was like 6. So like going down to Forest Lawn in Cyprus, like that whole area. Plus my mom ran around in Cyprus the whole time too. So that whole area is like picture like a back of my mind.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Hawaiian Gardens was tough, man. Like one of my like cousins used to live out there, and it was just like it's totally different now.
It's gentrified totally different, a lot for sure.
Totally different. And you know what? The city planners did a good job because that place is totally different.
Did they get rid of the one ways or something, or are they still there?
In Norwalk, I haven't been back, dude. I freaking left and never looked back, dude.
That'd be a little trip to fucking drive through one day, especially if it's so bad.
Shayshire Boulevard, Shayshire Avenue, I think it was called. Hell no, dude. Hell no, dude. But what do you call it? Hawaiian Gardens, like they did a good job because first it started with the bingo hall.
I love Pepe's.
Dude, the bingo hall first, and then they got a bunch of money from the bingo hall,
and then they redid the whole casino. Now it's all indoor.
When they were all tents.
Yeah,
you know you're in a good community when you have a bingo hall.
No, dude, that's not true.
Nothing but Hawaiians, bro. A lot of Filipinos and Hawaiians, bro.
Yes, because they all come through from Cyprus.
Yeah, there or like Cerritos.
Yeah, because Norwalk's still like extremely heavily Hispanic. I don't think that's ever gonna change.
Mostly, yeah.
Bro, Pepe's though. What you know about that Pepe's? That's the Hawaiian Gardens, right?
The Hawaiian Gardens, Pepe's, yeah.
You been to Pepe's?
Not the Hawaiian Gardens one,
Pepe's, the drive-through spot.
Yeah.
Taco San Pedro's is better though, dude.
Oh, it is. Yes, it is.
Dude.
I was telling Taco San Pedro used to be in a small little spot. It wasn't in that big corner.
Yeah.
Because that corner place was like a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
But now it's Taco San Pedro. But before it was in a little spot. It was just a counter. They didn't have no tables or nothing. And you go in there and you dip. Like you don't want to stick around because the liquor store next to it was like hot. So you didn't want to like be around there very much.
Dude, Long Beach is so interesting because
It's not Long Beach. It's Twine Gardens.
Yeah, but it's like the border, isn't it?
You still gotta go to Seal Beach.
It's on the other side of the freeway.
It's actually it is because if you go down Carson, right when you go past the freeway,
yeah, the City College is right there too.
Yeah, because once you go down Carson and you go under the 605,
once
that's
you get
Long
past
Beach.
the freeway, yep. Because I had a play that used to live right there, so I used to go there a lot, bro.
Where that Long Beach Center is, the Long Beach Center,
yeah,
the big one
was
that used to be a like a crazy asylum.
What?
Yeah, it was the whole area.
The Long Beach Town Center?
Yeah, Long Beach Town Center. It used to be an insane asylum.
Big
check
asylum.
it out.
I'm totally doing that. We broke into the Downey one.
Oh, you ever heard of the Downey mental
Hollydale?
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, it used to be an insane asylum. Yeah.
Oh, we had a crazy experience in that asylum, dude. We broke into it, all fucked up, and dude,
we recorded stuff. I got scared. I heard my dying great aunt's same death yell she did when I was 6. I freaked out, booked.
Shit your pants and out of there.
No, I cried. I cried.
Was crying. I got it on camera.
Freaking the fuck out. And then they're like, no, let's go further down. So back in the day, the way to get into Hollydale was through the second floor. You had to go up this weird causeway in the courtyard. Up already.
It had satanic shit, blood, pentagrams
made with blood, the whole 9.
Dead cats.
Super cool. We make it downstairs into what looks like would be the cafeteria. Yeah, that area. Dark as fuck. Couldn't see shit. Dude, I remember this shit like it was fucking yesterday.
I'll never forget, dude.
A bunch of metal pipes fall. You hear
something
bing,
clinking,
bing, bing, like metal falling.
We run.
Gone. I was fucking gone. Fucking hurtling a 4-foot door.
Before that though, we gotta mention the temperature drop, bro.
Yes,
it got super cold. I don't know, but they say that once it gets cold, there's a ghost. But it was noticeably cold.
We said it out loud.
That we were walking, and then all of a sudden it got cold. And once we got past a certain point, it was weird.
See your fucking breath, dude.
Oh, yeah. What are we looking up?
Long Beach.
I'll continue the story.
It was right there, dude. Yeah,
you look it up. So I'll continue, bro. But yeah, so we went to that abandoned mental institution, and I was recording on an actual camera, like a Sony camera. It was my mom's. And I know I was recording because I remember recording him cry because I thought it was funny as fuck. And I remember telling him all right, we'll stay for 20 more minutes and then we'll leave because he wanted to leave. I was like, 20 more minutes, that's it. And I was keeping track of the time based off the recording. When you record something, it has a time, right? We fucking left and got back to the car after all that shit happened, and all the footage was gone. But we had footage from before and after, because before my homie he chugged a beer and then broke the can on his head. I got that on video.
Mark.
And then Mark. And then after, we were in the car talking about it, and then we left. When we got back to his crib, we were trying to watch the footage. Everything from the mental institution was gone.
That's crazy, dude.
That's so crazy, dude.
Did you pull it up?
Yeah, was it the community hospital?
Airdrop.
That's the one thing that keeps coming up.
Hang on.
Let me see. Let's see
if I can find it.
So Long Beach Town Center.
I typed in Long Beach Town Center. Used to be an insane asylum ?
So
gotta add the question marks.
Mental hospital, Long Beach.
That was way before our time or something, dude.
Maybe. I mean, Hollydale was fucking
Long Beach, Carson's.
I don't see anything either.
They've deleted it.
Mandela effect, bro. You know what Mandela effect is?
What's that?
Where you remember something a certain way,
but
then nobody else is.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you, 1980s.
Oh, he's going deep, bro.
Dude, I
was going by date.
Yo, being from Orange County, nobody knows right there on Harbor where the Home Depot is in Costa Mesa. There's an insane asylum behind the golf course.
I didn't know that.
Exactly.
Dude, remember that hospital that used to be right by Orangeview?
Yeah, Anaheim.
That was there, right?
It's still there.
No, it's gone now. The one I'm talking about, they tore it down. But then I talk about it to other people, and they're like, it was like a
one on Beach.
No, it wasn't on Beach. It was off of you know where Casey lived? That fucking Casey Erickson, his neighborhood on the other side.
No, I don't know where
Casey
Casey lived.
Fucking, he lived right behind Orangeview, bro. It was on.
Off of Lincoln. No, that was just a weird medical. That was like an urgent care medical center. Yeah.
And then it was gone, right? They tore it down.
They tore it down?
They tore it down, right? And I brought it up to my sister, and she said no. She's like, because it's something else now. Now it's
It's like that stupid side street between Knott and Knott and Holder. There was that weird little medical thing.
It was something. It was like some type of hospital. I remember, but
it wasn't a hospital. No, it wasn't a hospital.
Urgent care, whatever.
It was
whatever.
like urgent care plus chiropractor,
something
plus
like that.
All that shit.
But anyways, because I remember I would go there when they closed it down, and I remember me and Casey were playing with the fire extinguishers.
Sick,
we were spraying at each other. But then I brought it up to my sister, and she said she didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
She would have no idea, dude. So like,
I brought it up to like 2 other people. My mom, she was like, nah.
No, so if you brought that up to a junkie or something, they would know it because there was abscess research there.
Okay.
So like, you go get loaded, you shoot up, dirty rig, whatever the fuck happens, you get an abscess.
Yeah, and they would. Was
you
that
could
like
go there
in your blood or something, right?
Well, no, yeah, they were like testing. They were pulling cultures from the abscesses for like medical research, and then they were also testing like different antibiotics to run through them. And dude, you would get paid for it.
Check this out. What if it was a testing facility for the homeless?
I am not doubting you. I am not doubting you. Not doubting you one bit, sir. I was around for it. They got all types of cool bacteria.
Yo, so did you put the first AI CEO on the current events? Was that you?
That was me.
It was an ex-naval hospital.
Which one?
Site, the one in Long Beach.
Okay.
It was an ex-naval hospital site, and the last part of it when they started moving the people to the VA in Long Beach.
Oh, okay.
They had a lot of the mental patients were in there.
Dude, where? So what streets was it on?
It was on Carson, the same where the Long Beach Town Center is.
That's crazy.
That's where it was.
And they took it away from the fucking veterans. The veterans keep getting.
Well, I mean, the VA hospital back in the day when it was new was sick.
Yeah,
because I was a kid.
I live right by there. Yeah.
So what's up with this?
My grandma used to work there.
What's up with this AI CEO, bro?
Hold on, AI CEO.
We have some current events we'd like to talk about.
Okay,
You're not very descriptive with your notes, by the way.
Nah, dude, I meant to put the tag there, but I'm still learning.
All right, go ahead.
Mika becomes world's first AI human-like robot CEO. This happened 3 days ago. It was by a Colombian rum company. There was a fucking video of it, and it's really fucking creepy. I'll post it in it. But Mika looks like this.
That's the CEO?
That's the CEO of a rum company in Colombia.
So it's making the decisions for the company, or how is it just?
Honestly, it's not that far fetched. If you just make money decisions, business decisions.
Yeah, that's what
it's giving you the best probabilities of what to do.
But based off ChatGPT, bro, because I've been using ChatGPT a lot. It's not as efficient as people think it is.
You have to give it very specific information.
ChatGPT, that's what I've heard.
I use it a lot for like when I do shows, like when I do descriptions on YouTube. I say,
I do too.
Write me a description for a YouTube video with these keywords, and I just put a bunch of keywords, and it'll spit one out at me.
Yeah, I usually gotta do it like I'd be like make it shorter or it takes a couple tries to get what I want.
Yeah, usually I just write I just use it because I just check it out.
That's kind of basically what it's saying. Mika is a research project between Hanson Robotics and Polish rum company Dictator, who customized the CEO to represent the company and its unique values. And then the next paragraph is, in a Dictator company video, Mika said that with advanced artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms, I can swiftly and accurately make data-driven. Bud Light should have done this.
Bud Light should have done that. They just got the UFC deal, so maybe that was AI. You heard about what happened with Bud Light?
Yeah.
Everybody heard about what happened with Bud Light in one way or another.
I don't know. I bring it up to some people, and they're like, what?
It's tough, man, because it's the issue of perspective, right? Like perspective is an interesting concept because it allows you to be more empathetic, right? You're able to broaden your horizons and stuff like that. But to use perspective properly, the perspective has to be based in some sort of reality.
Oh yeah.
But the problem, not even just experience, it's just facts.
No, yeah.
Because if you have a perspective that's just so far gone, you get a lot of what's happening now with people, and it's like I don't have a problem with anyone identifying how they want to identify. I have no problem with it, right?
We're America, baby. Do what you want.
I don't. I've known people that were transitioning, that had transitioned, whatever, and people in my family are a part of the community and stuff like that. And it's like, I treat people like the way they treat me. If you're a dick
Yes,
and I don't care who you are, I'm going to be a dick to you, right? But it's the you're forcing me to abandon my belief, to not only respect your belief, but now I have to participate in your belief, which I don't know if that's necessarily how. If someone was like supposed to like put a game plan together, or like in anyone from any community, that's not the game plan you want to put into place.
You went from being a child, like a newborn baby, into like senior citizen aspect, because it went from Budweiser as a whole company, the Eagle, the red and white
Cowboys.
can, not even just like Bud Light, you know what I mean? But a lot of those people that started out were Budweiser fans, or their parents, the whole nine. Grew up on commercials. Yeah, exactly. Bud Heavies. Grew up on commercials, the horses, the just manly
America.
whatever, you know what I mean? That
Budweiser
aspect
was
of
America.
it. Yeah, aggressive. To we're woke. For a generation of IPA drinkers that they're trying to appeal to. And I mean, I'm just being honest at this point.
Well, they're like seltzer drinkers.
I'm going to circle back to something we were talking about earlier.
Fine, let's fucking do it, dude. Full circles.
They started catering to a small, very vocal demographic, similar to what wrestling is doing now.
Yes,
is they're catering to a small vocal demographic. So now all the regular fans, right, that just like it because they love
the storyline.
They love the storylines. It's like now you're forcing a product on them that isn't really that good.
Yes,
because the people that are like the internet smart marks are like, oh, they like the spot monkeys. Like, I want them to do these flips and that flips and this and work great and this and that. And it's like, bro, you're not telling a story. It's like if you were to have like an Avengers movie, right? And it's all action, all shooting, and all like, dude, after a while, you're like, dude, this is like,
how much more can you do?
How much more can you do? Like, where's the story? Who's getting hurt? Why are they hurt?
Why are they fighting?
Hey, side note, I'm sorry to interrupt. Side note, by this. This is why no fucking anime should ever be created as a live action. That's my whole spiel for the episode.
I see some okay ones.
No live action anime. Leave it to the imagination
Berserker.
and what you've seen.
That would be a sick live action Berserker.
But like you said, fuck you for saying that.
Look,
as long as
knock
a fan
me
does
out. Berserk
as long as a fan does it.
Wait a second.
Sorry.
The appeal to anime, right, is the peaks.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, Dragon Ball Z.
So it's the peaks, right? The story's already there. The emotion's there. Everything is there. But you get the quick, like 0 to like a million fast. I don't know if you can accurately portray that live action.
Do that live act.
Watch the fight scenes.
Watch Luffy Gear 5.
Yeah.
He is a Tom and Jerry. He's literally a Tom and Jerry character. Homeboy that wrote it is paid homage to Tom and Jerry, which is one of the greatest cartoons ever for slapstick comedy. Like the raw shit that can happen in a funny way. Tom should have been fucking itchy and scratchy, manipulatively mutilated by a mouse. But Tom always came back and won.
I think you can do a live action as long as you do one or two things. You got to have good money for the effects, and you got to have an actual fan. Without any type of regulated
just even with the fan, dude, I love the I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep
No, go ahead, man.
This is like the thing so
We're
for instance
oh good.
Luffy,
I'm not super in it, but like I can appreciate it.
Luffy, if you just because this is what's popping right now. Luffy in One Piece when he goes Gear 5 has been like foreshadowed for years, like 5 or 6 years now.
That's a tough one to do in live action though.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pitting it against the hardest thing to do because like even a Goku, look at the last Dragon Ball Z live action.
That was shitty. That was super shitty, bro. That's easy to do Super Saiyan. Blonde hair, green eyes.
But it's not. You'd have to do something like I will give homage to like the Death Note because you have a demon creature, Ryuk,
Yeah.
that influences normal life.
That was the best version I think so far we've done of
Well,
live
yeah, and that's
action.
what I'm saying. Like, you can have really cool like space movies, live action,
Yeah.
Star Wars, this and
Well, the
that.
Cowboy Bebop one, that wasn't bad, bro.
It wasn't bad,
That
but it
wasn't bad.
definitely was over the top. Like, that's the
acting
thing
sucked.
about
the acting sucked though.
recreating anime is people have such an image built up
Yeah.
for a
That's why you
lot
need
of these
fan. You
animes.
need a
Like,
fan.
especially One Piece. That I was a kid. I was 10 years old when One Piece came out. Never fully started watching it until like the past 4 or 5 years. But like, even since a kid, I know what Luffy looks like. Zoro's always going to look the same, the whole nine.
Yeah.
And even the live action is just off because there's such a present image in someone's head of what it
Yep.
should be.
Yeah,
I'm going to bring it back super old school to you
Let's-
guys.
here we go,
I'm
dog.
I'm way older than you guys.
I might know it.
But the cartoon
Here we go.
Speed Racer,
Fucking
Oh,
love
okay.
it.
Oh, did they do a live
Live
action?
action
it was
sucked.
They did. I never
Horrible.
watched it. I didn't watch
Because
it.
look,
So I was
you're
gonna
building up the hate between Speed Racer and Racer X, right?
Mhm.
You're building up the whole series, and then you get to the very end. Spoiler alert: it's fucking 40 years old. Big deal, right?
Fucking watch it, you fucking lames.
It turns out that Racer X is Speed Racer's brother at the very end.
One of the biggest classic twists.
Huge reveal.
Very
in
common in
anime
anime,
history.
though. Very
Huge
common in
reveal.
anime.
But it's
No,
like,
that was one of the birthrights of
that was
that,
one
though.
of the first ones.
Yeah.
It was like in the 70s,
Yes.
early 80s, something
No, but
like
I'm
that.
just saying it's a common theme in
Yeah.
anime where the protagonist and the antagonist are like brothers or father and son.
And guess
So
what?
crazy.
Unless you're like usually a hardcore anime fan, you kind of don't pick it up off rip.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like obviously I'm a weeb, hard as fuck.
Dirty,
So
dude.
like I'll sit there and watch an anime with my chick who doesn't watch it a lot, and I'll be like, "Oh, this is about to happen," or this and that. And she's like,
just doesn't
"How?
understand.
How do you know this?" I was like,
this
"Dude,
happens in every.
I've seen
classic.
the original." Evangelion, the greatest mecha anime, is
Yeah.
like the birth of like why kids hate their parents in anime. It's just like one of those things.
Well, mecha animes are very different. It's very
Not
political.
Evangelion though.
Very political though.
Evangelion's super political,
Yeah,
religious,
all
the whole
mecha.
nine.
That's the thing about mecha animes, though, is they're very political.
Yeah.
But I'm
Depression.
gonna bring up this current event real quick, dude. Do you guys know who Ethan Klein is? Ethan Klein, he has a podcast called he has a YouTube
H3.
channel called H3. At first he just was doing just random content and stuff like that. He got I think he's the biggest YouTuber I think right now
He
besides
was one
Mr.
of
Beast.
them. Well, didn't he had the show on? What was the cable channel back in the day with the chick that when they turned into web, she like totally bombed the channel. We talked about it on the pod.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This channel is bullshit. This, that, and the
Oh,
other.
his wife or something or no?
No, it was one of the hosts of one of the shows.
I don't know.
What was the Fuse?
No, it
No,
wasn't
not
Fuse.
Fuse.
So this dude had a YouTube channel, and then he started getting like really like leftist and political and stuff. So he got one of the things people know him by is because he brought Jordan Peterson on his show. You know Jordan Peterson, right?
Drew Pearson.
And he was like in love with Jordan Peterson, like, oh, this guy's tight, he speaks the truth. Like, I want to model my life like him. And then people started hating on Jordan Peterson because, like, you know how he was about like males do male things, females do female things, right?
To an extent, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, people got weird about like, oh, why can't a female do a male thing? And he was like, well, because biologically they're different. You know what I mean? It's anyway. So he got hate for that, and then Ethan Klein sided with the fucking culture, and he deleted the episode and started talking all this shit on Jordan Peterson for like a year straight, just talking shit on him, right? Anyways, Jordan Peterson made a video because they became friends before all this, and he told him like, be careful with feeding into that ideology because when you start becoming part of the cancel culture, you have the risk of becoming the canceled, Anyways, he recently he's Jewish, and this whole Palestine-Israel thing, like he started talking about it, and obviously he's on the Israel side because he's Jewish. Now he's getting canceled by his own people, and it's just so fucking funny because
It's nuts, man.
Merry
Because
go
look,
down turns, bro.
that's why.
That's a view you don't want to fucking as a podcaster. Or
Yeah,
like,
I try to stay away from that.
We've been talking about it.
yeah,
all the
we're
time.
talking about it, but I'm not like,
No
yo,
hardcore stance though. No way.
Israel needs to have their land and nobody else should have it. Like,
Dude, look, it's a shame that people hear Hamas and they think Palestinians.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
different. It's
It's
not
different.
the same thing.
No.
And people they just swallow everything whole. They get information and they're just like, okay, blah 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 blah.
they
They're
watch a
ignorant. They just
fucking
don't know.
episode.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
watch an episode of somebody on Fox talk about it, and here
Or
they're just
whoever,
like,
or whoever.
yeah, exactly. I have this burning light now
Yeah.
from one episode of something.
Yeah, and now they know everything, and they're just regurgitating what they hear, and it's like, look, man, I don't like. I know what it's like to come from a country that's fucked up. Like Mexico is not the same Mexico that I grew up with, because I won't even go to Mexico anymore. It's
We talked
screwed
about
up.
it.
It's
We talked
screwy,
about it on
bro.
the last
Right now.
episode.
And,
did.
and you remember like a Queen and Suze and all, and those two girls.
Yeah,
those two,
yeah.
Okay, I have like them on IG or whatever, and like I hit them up and I'm like, how are you guys doing? Like, are you guys?
Oh, they're
cool?
out
Are
there?
you guys good? No, they're here.
No, they're here.
It's like, dude, like their hearts out there, like family, like oh,
That's their people.
They're people, bro. So I hit them up and I'm like, dude, like I feel like I should check up on you guys because I know what it's like to have what I thought of when I was a kid not be anything near that anymore. And so I always hit them up like, hey, you doing? Because they'll post stuff and like heartbreak, whatever. Like, are you guys good? Like, you guys need anything? You want to talk about anything? Like, just let me know. Like, shoot me a message. Like, because that's terrible, man. What is happening over there?
Sad, dude.
And it's like I don't necessarily agree with us siding so strongly with the side and like giving all this money up and all this stuff. Like, that seems to me to be something that we can be like, all right, man, you go and handle that yourself. If you want to take this extreme stance, you can go ahead and take that extreme stance because honestly, you know, our government is doing a really good job of turning people against them.
I mean,
well, look at what Ukraine and Russia, bro.
I mean, dude, we're just a country built on war.
100%. But Ukraine and Russia, bro, early in the war, the first year of it, Ukraine was talking about coming to some type of an agreement with Russia, you know? And the agreement was going to be like, basically everything would have stayed the same. Russia could have kept Crimea and the Donetsk region, you know? And as long as they take their troops away, they're like, all right, we'll be cool again, you know? Biden and the United States basically told him, we can get you your land back. We can get you all this territory that Russia had taken over in 2014. Just keep fighting. And then now they're in this position to where they're at a stalemate and the U.S. kind of doesn't want to give any more money to them, you know, while Russia is still putting everything into it.
It's not popping anymore, dude.
Now that deal's off the table and it's like, it's fucked up. Yeah, that land was taken. It sucks, but at the end of the day, that part of that whole area, they're more Russian than fucking Ukrainian, bro. You know what I mean? That's why Russia was able to take it, you know?
Yeah. It's
not our business, dude.
It's tough. I understand why we get into these situations because it's in our best interest to do, you know, X, Y, and Z because you think the long game, right?
Well, I mean, that's like one of the biggest conspiracies. I'm sorry to interrupt, but like that's just one of the biggest conspiracies about like I think it was originally mainly the Middle East and then it evolved into like what it is today. But like there was like a 25-year plan for wars with America being involved to get them out. And it's just like we're just feeding into the cycle of it because
I wouldn't doubt it.
Never ends.
Mean, it's when you look at things and you step back and look at something and it doesn't make sense, there is another motive involved. There always is something else involved. So it's like
power.
You're telling these Palestinian people they can only go to this region, and then you start bombing that region.
Dude, they hit that fucking refugee camp like 2 days ago.
Yeah, man. And it's so up, and again, I don't know enough to say this is right, this is wrong, but I know that killing civilians is wrong.
That's definitely wrong. Well, that's against the Geneva Convention, and Israel's supposed to be part of fucking
NATO.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, when the first was it the hospital bombing or something, and the big controversy came out of who
did it
fired the weapon.
I don't know if we have too much controversy over that anymore.
Not anymore. I mean, I personally don't know a lot. I don't know if you know who Tim Dillon is. He's like a pretty big like comedian podcaster. He had this Jewish chick on, Israeli chick, whatever the fuck. And like she was just constantly saying these like Israeli will never bomb a hospital. Israel won't do this. They won't do that. And it's like, are you really fucking sure though?
They don't. She probably just doesn't know, though, bro.
Well, no, she worked direct.
She does know. The thing
she was directly involved in the government, like the guy that the new asshole.
Well, there was a switch in power, bro. And so prior to like the last like 3 years, Israel had been trying to get more peaceful with Palestine, you know. But this new government, and I'm not saying they haven't bombed hospitals and all that, but this new government just does not give a fuck, dude. Benjamin Nantu, bro, he's a savage, bro.
As a guy who's like crusades and shit like that. I
Well,
mean,
he knows that as soon as this war ends, bro, he's probably gonna go to jail, bro. So it's within his best interest to continue this war, bro. And it's like, it shows, bro. It's like he just sent ground troops in this week, which everyone was saying like, wow, you've already fucking leveled the fuck out of Palestine. Like, there's no reason to send troops in at this point,
It's a situation where you can't help but wonder what the next move is. Like,
they don't know. They don't even know.
I don't
They've
know,
been
bro.
asked that. They're like, what are you gonna do?
I don't know, man. I think a lot of the people that are in charge over there know exactly what their next move. Know what they're going to try to do, because it's too big a scale to be flying off the seat of your pants. Like, it has to be all orchestrated.
There's too many other superpowers involved in something like that, growing to what it has. Because, like, I don't know, when I first got sober, that was 2000, or the second time around, it was like 2018. So the following year, around 2019, there were the random missile strikes from Palestine trying to get through to Israel. They didn't happen. But it was like kind of like the same tension, but not like what it is now, where, we're just going to blow up a bunch of fucking shit and see what happens.
Yeah, we're just going to like eradicate everybody. It's just, I don't know what the basis is. I don't know where the foundation of all this is. It's more than just land.
No, yeah. It's
visceral, dude.
Yeah. It's like they want to just eradicate.
It's in their DNA at this point, because it's been going on for so long.
It's so fucked up too, because I feel like the Jews should know better, bro. They went through the same shit with the Germans, bro.
But the problem is, it's in history, in time. Just give it time. Someone's going to be the hammer and someone's going to be the nail.
Yeah, it could be the other way around.
And yeah, exactly. And it's really easy to preach peace when you're the nail. It's really hard to do it when you're the hammer.
Yeah, it's facts.
You have the ability.
Yeah, I guarantee you, if Hamas had the power, they'd be doing the same to fucking Israel, bro. But that's why when you're the fucking hammer, it's like you gotta be level headed, bro. It's a great power comes great responsibility, bro.
Yeah, right.
Batman, my guy.
It's like when we talked about starting training and stuff like that. Like, it makes you look at things different.
Perspective.
Yeah, more perspective again, but the perspective's got to be rooted in some kind of reality.
Has to be.
Because if you're like a guy in a situation, and the reality of the situation is, I'm gonna have to get down right now because shit's gonna. All right, that's your reality. You can't just be peaceful Joe. You're gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
fucked up.
The whole issue of the whole concept of perspective is difficult, because a lot of times we only look at perspective from our vantage point looking out. Yeah. We rarely look at perspective from someone else's vantage point looking in.
That's hard.
It's hard, man. It's hard. And
on a level like that, for sure.
Yeah. And even on like a personal level, it's really difficult. Because people don't like to look at themselves, man. They don't like to look at themselves very much. It's hard. I mean, like, what's that saying? Like, we've never seen our face before.
No, yeah, for sure.
It's like we've only seen it in pictures, in mirrors, in a video. We've never seen our actual face before. And the issue that we run into is, people will do weird things to preserve their ego.
Yeah.
And that's why you get a lot of delusional people. They're lying to themselves about things or whatever. And our mind will even do it to small levels,
Or great levels.
Or even
depending on your mental capability, for sure.
Depending on what kind of weird shit you've done. But yeah, that's why it's so hard for people to look inward and really be honest. And I've had to do it. And it's not pretty, dude. It's not pretty at all. Like
I respect people that have like full empathy, like that whole ability to be empathetic over everything. Like I think, yeah, dude. I personally think I'm on the spectrum, being like autistic or fucking something weird. Because like empathy only goes like fucking face value with me. Like if you're crying, I know you're sad, or if your demeanor or anything is off from the routine of the way I know you. Oh, there's something different. But like I've had like a couple of my exes in the past that like, oh, well, your breathing's off. But it's not like, it's not that weird. No, it's not the weird fucking like, I'm going to dog you out because your breathing's off. It's like, you're not happy right now. Like, what's wrong with you? And like, Joe, bitches, I can do that. Like, cut you straight to the core.
It can be a difficult circumstance because you can't lie to those people. You know, those people that know you like that. It's hard, and we just talked about how we do things to preserve our ego.
Yeah,
it's hard to be around people like that can peg you like that. You know, not like peg you like you like to get pegged, but
damn,
every weekend, baby.
Hell yeah.
no, but yeah, it's difficult because again, we don't like to look inward, and when you know that you can't put something by somebody,
so rough.
That's tough, man. That's
so
tough.
rough.
That's why it's important though, as like a parent or like an older person, dude. Is like you need to teach these children how to be able to be objective and to be empathetic, dude. It's important.
Yeah,
dude.
it's hard, man, because I think what we're doing, a lot of parents are doing now, is they're taking it to the extreme.
Coddling.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. You see a lot of these parents. 'Cause the parents that we get at the gym are fucking awesome, dude. I think
down for the kid to get.
They're
fucking,
down for the kid, like.
To feel some
Gigi's
things.
parents, bro.
Dude, Gigi's parents are
point,
legit,
dude.
bro. Gigi's parents, dude.
Jade's parents.
Dude. All the kids' parents, dude. All the kids' parents.
Jade's parents, bro. They were gonna go through a divorce. They're already like separated, moved out, and then they're like fuck it, fucking. They're like, let's give it another try. You know, that's cool.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know how
don't
much
know about
I-
all that, but
I don't know much. That's a.
I think that's cool,
That's
bro.
a
They at least give it a
personal-
try.
well, look.
Very Asian thing to
There's
do.
they're Asian.
Yeah, they're Vietnamese.
That might be even worse. There's just levels like that. I don't know, dude. I didn't grow up with a dad. I didn't grow up with parents. I grew up with a lot of friends that came from broken homes.
I was your dad, dog.
Huh? I mean, you turned into my dad. You let me sleep at your house and I was strung out on heroin.
Eventually, bro, right?
Talk to me and shit for sure. But like,
Hey, I took on that role though. Eventually,
yeah. But like, I mean, look at one of our good friends that we grew up with and his parents.
wait, who are you talking about? Oh, which one?
You bleep it out, but fucking
He
okay.
didn't have a, was dad?
No,
wasn't it-
growing up with Nick, like I had no father figure. Nick was one of my best friends. His dad would always take me and him to go play basketball. Like, you know what I mean? Like the shit that should have been happening. So I was looking at his dad, I was like, that guy's super fucking cool. And then we get to junior high and like my brain starts to fucking evolve, whatever the fuck, like grow. And like it comes back into my life knowing you. It's like, yo, my dad was a crackhead, this and that. Bleep the name again. But like that's where the perspective ideal comes into play too, because me growing up, like this motherfucker had his dad the whole time. Like, do you want to play catch with him? Do you want to play basketball? Show him how to shoot a shot. But when I wasn't there hanging out with them, like who knows what the inside of the house looked like?
Yeah.
Because dudes that smoke crack are fucking wild.
Well, it goes back to like what we were talking about earlier, dude. We're like when you're talking about your parents, we're all just trying to do the best we can, dude.
Yeah.
We all have our habits, bro, our decisions that we make that aren't the best, but it's like you got to put that game face on, you know?
Sometimes.
You got to try.
Like
try your
I
best,
want to
yeah.
say like 60%, 70%, and you got 30% that just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's not easy, man. Like I'm 6 years younger than my dad was when he died.
Oof.
And so like during his divorce and all that, he was around this age when he got divorced. And I think we got divorced like right around the same age. Like he was a couple years older than when I got divorced.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I get it. Like I understand. I can't even imagine like having kids and then not really seeing them. And
Place to put you in, shit
yeah,
like
it's
that.
tough, man. It's tough, dude. Like, you know, a lot of things happened that were poor choices on his end that kind of shaped how like the subsequent years happened. Like
Yeah.
he like ended up he was like seeing some girl like embarrassingly soon after my parents split up. And then he had a kid like a year after that, and it's like dude, that's really quick. And this kid, like he's my brother, he's my half brother, you know. I have no idea what's going on in his life. I've probably seen him probably 5 times in my entire life. One time as an adult, all the other times he was a little kid, and I've probably spent a total of 8 hours with the kid. Like I don't know him, dude. Like when people ask me, like just earlier today, he asked me like, oh yeah, you know, like about my family. Like I don't mention him because honestly, like it's not that I'm trying to exclude him, but he doesn't pop into my mind when I talk about my family.
No, yeah. I mean, I have the story is my dad liked to just start new franchises type of shit.
He's
Franchisee.
making
Yeah.
a team, bro. NFL, baby.
I have two sisters.
Johnny Appleseed.
Like I have two sisters. One of them's full and one of them's half, but they're my sisters. But then I also have like a stepbrother and like a stepsister or two that I do know about. But like random Facebook, random interactions like that, like you're not my family. Like I got what I got. It just is what it is that way.
Yeah, man, it's tough, you know. Like, and part of the separation was it's not his fault, and I do feel bad about that because it wasn't. He's a little kid, you know. But like what it did to my mom, like, and like I mean, I had to deal with that. Like,
it could have
again,
also been too, though. Your dad was just coping with.
yeah,
the
that's what I'm
best
saying.
he
Is
could,
like
you know?
the decisions were not always the best, you know, and he wanted a family. He wanted like, you know, to feel like he was close to someone, and like
He had to start over in his
yeah,
head.
his kids were getting older. Like my brother was going off to college. I was in high school doing my own thing. My sister was a total like mom girl, you know, and you know he had his, you know, his issues too. So I'm starting to realize a lot more of that, especially when I got divorced. And I'm like, that's why he made the decisions he made, probably because he was lonely. He needed to feel like, you know, part of the reason why it was such a good starting point for me to have a lot more realization was after my accident. One of my neurologists was like, "You should start doing therapy."
Yo,
I'm doing therapy. Like I did therapy. Like no, not speech therapy, not memory therapy.
No, that the good
therapy.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, because she's like, you know, especially men in this society,
Stigma.
they identify so closely with what they do for a living. I couldn't work for a long time. So they're like, you're gonna feel like you're just like
waste of space,
wasting. Like you like, I was like a grown up fucking 10-year-old, 12-year-old.
Same.
I couldn't do anything.
Same.
I couldn't do anything. I couldn't drive. I couldn't like, you know, I could make basic stuff for myself to eat. I needed people to do stuff for me all the time. So, you know, I started doing therapy, and that opened my eyes a lot. And honestly, once I started doing therapy is when my marriage like took a total dump, dude.
Self-realization.
It was crazy, man. It was crazy. Like I started seeing a lot of these toxic things that were happening. Like, I wasn't an angel. I didn't do anything like, you know, I didn't cheat on my eat or any of that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. We argued a lot because we had difference of opinions on certain things. And it turns out that once I started getting a little clearer headed, he was an alcoholic, legit alcoholic. And to the point where like when she finally moved out of our old place, I would find like 30 racks of
natties
of anything with a bunch of filled with beer cans.
Yeah.
Like in the closet, in drawers, empty beers in drawers that she hid, stuff like that. And it was tough because when I was coming back from my accident, right, that all was normal. I thought it was normal for someone to go out with their friends and not come back until the next day. And then like be home for an hour, shower and dip, you know? So it's like that all became that's look, did she do the right thing by saying she wanted a divorce? Yes, because we weren't right for one another. Did she go about it the right way? Nah, I think even now, her thinking back on it, she would have done things a lot different because there was a lot of like unnecessary like trauma,
alcoholic tendencies.
Yeah, it's a lot of unnecessary stuff that didn't need to happen. Like, so she ended up moving in with some guy like a mile away from where we lived. And I'm supposed to think that you didn't know this dude?
For
like,
sure.
Bro, look, so, okay, like, we're all family.
You're good,
right?
you're
okay.
good, dude.
Hey, it's a safe space, baby.
Okay,
I'm an ex-heroin addict. I lived the whole life of a dirtbag junkie. Like,
wherever we would go, right? Any black dude that was not in our group already would hit on her. She just had that look, I guess.
Yes.
Right? And she would always joke around like, oh, yeah, even if, you know, this is before my accident. Like, oh, even if we split up, like I'll find a tall black basketball player and then I'll be your sugar mama. Guess who she ended up being with?
Tall black basketball player?
Exactly that dude. who lived a mile away.
She already
from
had
where we
someone in
lived.
her mind, possibly.
Bro, and like
already
I
seen
I
them.
started thinking back to stuff. Like, hey,
Hold
she would
up.
go out with her friends, and then she would come home the next morning at like 10 o'clock, and she would shower, and then she would leave and do errands all day, knowing this dude lived a mile away.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here at home, like recovering,
Yeah.
you know, and that I'm never gonna forgive that.
No.
I can forgive a lot. You know, you had issues, you know, you were sick, you were an alcoholic, like you had a lot of things going on in your life. I get that. You had, you know, a husband that was like the leader, that was, you know, making the money, putting you in a good position. But like, cause like after my accident, bro, I lost everything. Everything. My career, my savings, my house, my car, my marriage, everything that I valued at the time of my accident, I lost everything.
When was your accident?
It was June 30th of 2015.
I think I met you like 2018, I think, or something. After all that.
Yeah. So everything that I valued at the time is gone.
For that though, because I'm 23 now, right?
Yeah, 2016 is when they opened the gym. The next.
Yeah, so I met you.
I barely started driving.
Yeah, I think I met you 2017 then.
Yeah,
we probably started therapy at the same time then.
Yeah.
You and me, like that type of therapy. Yeah.
I was doing therapy like probably like the whole month of July and August were just a waste. I would just sleep all day. I couldn't even sleep laying down. I had to sleep like in a recliner, like one of those little airplane pillows. Because I couldn't, if I lay down, it was like I'm hanging upside down. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
So I actually got in really good shape though. Like my neurologist was like, just go to the gym, like hit the elliptical, like do what you can do. I started working out, lifting weights, dude. I started lifting weights more. I like started working out more. Because I had started working out before then. Like I was huge, bro. I was like
300.
Over 300. I was like 320, 325.
Damn, I just threw a random number out there.
325 pounds.
That's crazy.
And my doctor's like, you need to start losing some weight, bro. And I'm like, all right.
Oh, you were a fat boy 320. I was like,
huge.
I thought you meant stacked 320. I was like,
huge, bro. Like right now, I'm about 280. So I was like 320.
But 320 with not a lot of muscle, right?
No, I was big, but I wasn't like,
yeah.
You know. And then I started working out. And then I stopped. I stopped drinking. I stopped all that stuff. I would go to work, and I would come home. I would go straight to the gym before I go home, work out. I would eat good, and
like stop disassociating, basically.
Yeah, I stopped going to the bars, and that's when my ex-wife, and I grew apart because I used to live right by 2nd Street in Long Beach. I used to live in Belmont Shore. So, and I knew all the bartenders, all the GMs,
Panama Jacks, all that cool shit.
Panama Joe's, Legends.
That's what it was, yeah.
Freaking all the places, Acapulco Inn, all the spots. I knew everybody.
Like 30 bars right there on 2nd Street.
Oh, yeah.
And you could walk and stumble home, dude. You know, and so it was a tough experience because you see like when you see an iceberg breaking off, like you see us breaking apart because he's still all about going out and partying and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to be healthy. I want to live. And then I get my accident. I gain a bunch of weight back because I was just sitting at home doing nothing. And then I started working out again, and I went down to like 240 or something. I was like 80 pounds, 85 pounds. And it was just like, I think she had lost like 8 or something like that. Like
those Instagram photos of like the before and after.
Yeah, right. Like, dude,
like, what the fuck did he do?
Like, he didn't even go to the gym. Like, he went to the parking lot.
Yeah.
And it's like that was like the divide about what we were about at that time. You know, she was still about partying, going out, doing all this stuff. And looking back on it, I can understand, you know, she had that gene. Like her brother went to rehab. Like her parents are both alcoholic. I don't even know. I told her this after I had like gotten a lot of self-realization. I told her, I said, dude, I apologize if I didn't recognize this sooner, but I can't even imagine what it was like growing up in a house with 2 alcoholics. I can't even imagine. I understand why you lie a lot. I understand why you like just say what you got to say at the time, because it's like growing up in a house with 2 alcoholics, like you want to stay low key.
Gotta survive.
You want to be away. You don't want to be in the spotlight. You want to be in the background. So you lie, tell them what they want to hear at the time, and deal with it later.
Skate off.
And that's what she did with me.
She got to grow though, bro.
I understand, but she's still in her addiction, bro.
Yeah,
she's still deep.
You can only grow when you're ready to grow in that aspect,
but
dude.
that's why, you know, you were ready to grow and she wasn't, you know?
Yeah, I was ready to grow and she wasn't, but I was never like an alcoholic or anything like that. But like I was fucking.
Realizations are realizations.
When I realized I needed to change.
What I tell my homies, including this guy, toxic people only date toxic people, bro.
And dude,
yeah, we found each other, bro.
That's why my fucking 23andMe just says toxic.
It's very rare that someone that is toxic is with someone that's not toxic for longevity. It's like you get those relationships, bro, but eventually the person that isn't toxic will realize I can do better, you know?
But like
you know?
the day I figured out I need to make a change. I saw the doctor. He's like, oh, you're this, you're that, whatever. This is how much you. And then I went out and got super drunk, dude. Super freaking drunk one night. Me and my homie Rennie. And I kind of drifted apart from him too. Like I'm not as close to him as I used to be. But I got super drunk. I came home. I woke up the next day and I felt fine. And I'm nope. I should not feel fine. I was way too drunk. I passed out. Like I threw up on the freaking ground. We had like hardwood floors. I threw up all over the floor. And I woke up the next morning and I felt fine. I'm like, no, I should not feel good. My body is used to like me punishing it. Like I can't do this anymore. So that's when I started. To, and it sucked. When
you realize, you know,
something's
not right.
I went into the gym and I was like, we lifting like pussy ass weight. I used to be strong. What the hell happened? And I just kept going. I went every day, dude. And on a diet, dude. Like and I think after I lost 30 pounds, once I got under 300, my gift to myself was I upgraded my membership from regular 24-hour to like a super sport,
you can go to
like
all
a
those?
nice one.
Yeah.
So I was able to go to the nice 24-hour fitness. That was like my present to myself. I said, if once I get under 300 pounds, I'm gonna fucking do this. I did. I was all right, cool. And I mean, I just kept going, and I'd see the same people there, and it was hard, man, because I didn't have that support from her, because she was still out, you know. And she'd be like, hey, are you good? Like, I'm gonna go out and have a drink. I'll be back. And I didn't mind because, you know, all my friends were like the security, the GMs, the bartenders, all that stuff. Like they were all my buddies, but they would take care of her, you know. I even spoke at the Long Beach like city council on behalf of Panama Joe's. Yeah. And I was like, because I was like, dude, like I send my sister.
They deserve to be here.
Because they're trying to shut them down and take their freaking license away or something. And I'm like, no, dude, like I send my wife and my sister there all the time, and they feel safe. Can I
your vape, bro? Mine died.
So that was a big like a shifting point with us, is the fact that she just kept doing that, and I was just, you know, not about that anymore. And you know, a lot of people that I was really close with at the time, I'm not even really that close with anymore. Not that I still wouldn't like do anything for them, you know.
It's just the way you met him, though.
It's just I knew Randy since high school. Like I knew my buddy Randy since high school, and like even now, it's like our lives are just so much different, you know. Like I'm all about like the gym and my podcast, and like,
which is fucking doing good, by the way, dude.
Work out, but whatever.
Shout out to his podcast, bro. He's been getting some views, bro. That full cultivated that
pretty good, man.
That's tight, dude.
Yeah, about we'll probably have like 7,000 subscribers right now, and my last live at like 3,500.
He's the first one I hit up when I wanted to do the podcast. I was asking him all types of questions because I knew he knew.
We did a show like right when the coach got fired from the Raiders, Josh McDaniels. Last week we did I freaking called RJ. I was like, get your fucking ass out of bed. We got to do it live right now.
Wait, the new coach got fired?
Oh yeah, bring that up, bro. You told me that at the gym. Hold on, I got you. All right, you bring it up.
Yeah,
bro.
Dude, two tall boys. Sorry.
Wait, Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
You told me.
All right, so we had the John Gruden stuff happened, right?
Yeah.
Like 2021.
Yeah.
The Gruden stuff happened, and then they had an interim coach, Rich Bisaccia.
Okay.
And he was like a special team coach, but like the team really liked him, right? Well, Mark Davis, the owner, didn't want to hire him permanently. He wanted to go and get like a big splash hire, because Gruden was a big splash hire. So he took Josh McDaniels from the Patriots. Mm-hmm. He was the offensive coordinator. Yep. He came in and he was the coach. Well, the team got progressively worse and worse. Released the quarterback Derek Carr, which I thought it was time for us to move on from him because I think we had topped out as far as his capability.
Absolutely.
So
he had like those.
But then he replaced him with Jimmy Garoppolo, who was playing awful, and the team just started to progressively get worse and worse. The issue that they're having is he was a dictator. Josh McDaniels was more of a dictator. He didn't know how to appeal to the human element, especially with how do you appeal to a 20-something-year-old millionaire? Alpha athlete
in Vegas.
You have to appeal to the human element. You can't just be like, you got to do this, you got to do this, especially if it's not working, especially if you're not winning. So he lost the team finally, and then on Halloween night, they had lost Monday night on the 31st Halloween night at like 10 o'clock. I got a message on my phone. I was literally in bed, like ready to go to sleep.
Crying.
And then I look at my freaking phone and I'm like, dude, normally when I have a rule. I said, you know what? Once I get into bed, unless I'm going to freaking FaceTime my chick, I'm not going to answer my phone. I'm not going to look at anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to sleep. A message comes up and I'm like, I'm going to check it out. And it's like news. Mark Davis fires, Josh McDaniels and the GM who came from the Patriots too. And I was like, what the fuck? And I sent the message over to this chat I have with like the other guys from the show. Well, Rory doesn't do it anymore, but RJ does. And I'm like, hey man, you have to get on. Like our prayers have been answered. We got to freaking, hop on and do this show, And he's like, no fucking way, let's do it. So we hop on live. And that show has over 10,000 views. We have like shorts and clips at over 50,000.
I'll get there one day.
Yo,
you gotta be on it, bro. When shit.
Dude, I'm
plus
telling
the black hole is vast.
It doesn't have to be like perfect quality. You can hop on and do shorts from your phone. Shit pops off, and as long as you freaking hashtag everything right, and you get the good tags out there, and good description. That's why I use Chat GPT. Use good descriptions. Like you can get that stuff out that's topical. The best ones are stuff that are timeless.
That's what's hard for me, dude. Because I went to school for production, so it's like I need everything to be like perfect, bro.
But dude, it's guerrilla warfare, bro. It's guerrilla marketing. It's guerrilla video.
The first time I ever saw this reel has 500 views was the Frieza thing. Like
almost 6K
in Dragon Ball Z. Most kids growing up love Goku or one of the other cool characters. As we've gotten older, a lot of fucking people like the weird alien racist dude, asexual racist Frieza, who's just all about eradicating a race and goes about it in the most thoughtful wordplay.
Makes sense, dude.
And it's like, as an adult growing up in the 90s to what 2023 is now, I am so tired of blue hairs. Fucking I get what he's saying, and you can substitute my blue hairs for whatever cool thing you don't like.
Hey, Palestine Israel's doing that right now,
exactly,
bro. So,
and that's why we make it funny when we can around here. But
yeah,
it's just what it comes down to is Frieza's just I don't like this shit. I like what I like, and I feel like that's what the generation kind of has become. Major fucking TV's failing. Everything's about streaming, and in streaming, there's all this sub things of
about being
niche. I just Euphoria shapes people. Fucking the random cool shows on Netflix will literally shape how someone acts their life, like Stranger Things, whatnot. So the idea of it happening is just too real to me.
It's out there, man, and it's about instant gratification, instant content, instant info. But the thing is here's the problem with that. I think people, especially now, have started to blur the line where it's not even there anymore, where they confuse information for knowledge.
Yeah.
Where, I can get on my phone and I can get any info I want. It doesn't teach me how to process and use that information to benefit not only myself, but others. It's just data.
Why your teacher wanted you to show your math work.
Yeah.
How you got to that answer.
No
chat GPT.
It's about
long division.
Yeah, man. And it's happening when I hear people talk. like younger people a lot of times, I hear them talking. I'm like, dude, like you don't know what you're talking. You're spitting out stuff that's true, but you're not. You're putting Legos together the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like the stuff fits, but the way you're thinking about it, it's.
Or you're not built. You don't understand how the foundation was built. It's like, I mean, you can build a house, but it's like you don't know exactly like what it's on. How it's standing.
It's hard, man. It's hard to.
I feel like I'm a victim to that too, though.
It's I think everyone is to a certain extent,
for sure.
For sure. This will be having conversations a week later, like, oh,
people went through 9/11.
Oh yeah, dude.
What brought the country as close as it can in that time frame has turned into, while still bringing us together in 9/11 memes, is like why we kind of don't trust the government anymore. Like the beginning of it.
Oh yeah.
So
Yes.
it happened, like, Vietnam was another one. Like,
yeah, and we just repeated with some other
Korea. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happened.
Ukraine.
A lot of stuff that happened that
the first time and the second time
with Ukraine. Or it was easy in like World War II. Like, hey, get behind and buy war bonds and this and that.
For sure, because
it's a lot easier because the access to information
limited.
Was limited at the time. You read newspapers, you listened to the radio, like that's how you got your information. And then when somebody came out with like maybe some facts that went against that, they were brutally just like beat down for it, right? And now you're able to get a lot of information, but you're not thinking critically with that information. So it's just you form an opinion and you just like I heard this quote and I think it's super freaking accurate. Strong-minded people change their feelings to fit reality, and weak-minded people change reality to fit their feelings. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people, what they do is they turn facts around to make it fit what they feel and how they want to feel. So they'll look at a certain aspect of things and they'll ignore a bunch of other stuff just to pick and choose. And it's like reality isn't a buffet. You can't just pick and choose reality. Like it is what it is. And it's
be objective.
It's not Burger King, bro. It's not have it your way. It is what it is. Like facts are facts, right? But it's like if you're coming into something where you're trying to prove a point before you even get information, it's going to be like information bias. Confirmation bias. Excuse me. You're going to just pick and choose what fits your argument.
Absolutely. It's also based on like just the aspect of, if say for war, for instance, like why to hate with like for the Hamas Palestine compared to World War II. We know Hamas and Palestine absolutely hate each other based on based on all the things that have happened over history, right? World War II, you literally had Hitler screaming at the top of his lungs in speeches, this, that, and the other about the master race. Like you had a fucking full face value of why you wanted to not like this dude. And it's not that anymore. Like if Kim Jong-un or the whole Kim Jong family of North Korea didn't go the way they went about it, of a mythological being the leader, they could have probably fucking started a war with somebody at this point. But they've put such a pedestal on their leader that there's always a spotlight on him. Saddam Hussein, you look at these same figures in history.
It's going to be impossible to have another Hitler.
Oh,
because there's too much access. He's not going to be able to get to that point.
No, there's not enough closed-minded people to be brainwashed into the aspect of it.
Yeah,
because 50 for I don't think so.
I don't know though,
bro.
I can see. Okay, if Trump,
look at Trump. Trump's our lost supporters. Trump was the poor white man's with the H first savior, and now he's kind of switched on his speeches from being full about it to being a little bit more reserved, and they're on the bubble.
I think we can, and I think we will have another Hitler. It's just a matter of time and situation. You know what I mean?
It'll be AI based.
It's going to be something. It's got to be a lot more intricate than standing in front of 70,000 people and giving speeches.
Yeah,
it's going to be a lot more different. It's going to be a lot more intricate than that. A lot more subtle. That's why we're never going to have anything like that again. Can we have somebody that can do a lot of harm around the world? Yes, we're just going to be all people that try. but it's not gonna be as in your face as that.
Well, what's that one dude that's in charge of the World Economic Forum?
I don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
You will have nothing and be happy, or you will own nothing and be happy. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the weird white dude that looks like
He wears like the
not Warren Buffett.
No, not Warren Buffett, but he wears like that fucking like the Harry Potter cloak and shit. Or
he's this weird old white dude with like kind of, I don't know how to describe him, but he basically talks shit on the poor and says why the government wants to fuck him. It's the same guy that says he knows who the owner of Bitcoin is, right?
I don't know if he said that, but it could be him.
Okay.
He's just like the World Economic Forum. It's like this group of people, like a bunch of leaders from around the world where they get together and they discuss things like economy and AI and things like that and where they want to push society to go towards, but it's all like big, important people. But anyways, his whole big thing is basically he wants to push AI. He wants to push society to becoming mindless type thing. He wants like a homogenous, like a global homogenous society, We all follow like the same like laws and doctrine,
Definitely not the same guy I thought of.
No, it was. You see the picture of them wearing the cloak?
No, it just looks like fucking
What's
the
his
guy
name?
that does the State Farm
Klaus?
Insurance.
His name's like Klaus or
Yeah,
something?
Klaus Schwab.
Yeah.
You know the guy that does the farmers market? We are farmers.
That's what he
He
looks
always
like
has
to
a cool trophy or something. That's kind of who he looks like.
All right. Well, on that note, dude, we've hit almost 3 hours, I think.
I mean,
dude.
we've kind of hopped across subjects.
This is the longest podcast we ever did, bro.
This is a good one.
Anything else you want to add, bro?
No, man, that's it. I've talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, Juan, dude, I just want to tell you, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man, thanks for
Love
having
you, bro.
me.
Thank you for being in my
man,
life,
for sure.
bro. Thank you for being a part of Spider, bro. I know Frankie has a very fucking soft spot for you, and
Good dude, man.
a good man, bro. And so are you, dude. So,
Thanks, man.
hopefully
Good.
we can continue this friendship and hope
Sure,
have
dude.
you on another time, bro.
Yeah, man, you want to have another long ass combo?
It's the longest one we ever did, bro. So,
You and me fucking clicked on some random shit, went off into tangents. So, I mean, you're tight as fuck, dude.
so
man, thanks, man. I had a good time, dude. I for sure had a good time.
as always, stay cool, stay high, go to fucking therapy.
And don't do fentanyl.
Don't do fentanyl.
Don't do fentanyl, but goddamn.
Goodbye.